And we're officially live. Welcome back to the Ravencast. First Ravencast since the March of America. Hopefully everybody's doing well. I'm glad to be back home finally. We went to Washington, D.C., had a patriotic journey, met with a few Congress representative staff, and had a great experience. Hopefully everybody is doing well tonight on this Tuesday night. We have a lot to talk about. We got 4 topics to catch up on. 2 of them happened while I was on the march, and the other 2 are just new topics I just, scrammed up. We have Nicholas Maduro being captured as our first topic because I missed that because I was literally on the march. I gave a little opinion on it, but I wanted to go fully in depth, just cover the situation and basically give my full thoughts on it because I think it's another foreign war that we shouldn't even be fighting. We'll also be talking about Trump wanting Greenland and also talk about how Palworld is beating Pokemon right now in gaming by releasing all kinds of new updates and basically just destroying Pokemon games like they always do. And then the final topic is a dark topic. Is a Nintendo fan supposedly killing his father over a Nintendo console. That's right. Killing your family over a Nintendo console. Really lovely. But before we get into it, I'm going to catch up with the panel, starting with Torin. Torin, how's life been since I've been on the Patriotic March of America?
I'm pretty good. I haven't really been doing much, though, to be honest.
Yeah. I know a lot of people haven't really been doing much. The ones that go on the march just because, there hasn't been really much activity besides the phone streams, really, because that's all we've been able to do is just phone streams updating on the march. But we haven't really been.
I'm actually back to a basic work schedule for once, so
that's good. What about you, Booty Warrior? How has everything been since we've been on the march for America?
I have been working my butt off at work, and we just got a new assistant admin boss, so everybody's on their toes and shit like that. So yeah. Other than that, I've been coming home and just chilling, playing video games to relax after work.
Yeah, that's honest. I mean, that's honestly not too bad. Honestly, I mean, that's what people usually do after get off work. Just play some video games, chill out, relax. Me, for everyone that's wanting to know about me, is I've been doing the march. We've done the 18-day march, and my whole 2026 so far has been spent on the streets marching for America, marching to DC, marching for social welfare programs for the homeless, to end foreign wars, and to prosecute the ones that are taking bribes for these foreign wars. And we even did a whole periodic speech in front of the National Mall, which is really good, honestly. I'm really glad we did that. And I'm really glad we made it to DC. DC is actually really beautiful. It's a really beautiful city. And a lot of people was like, oh, DC's violent. When we went there, it was really peaceful, to be honest. There wasn't really much trouble over there in DC, really. But yeah, that's enough for the introduction. Now we are going to get right into it. So, I already got it pulled up on screen. How U.S. forces captured Venezuelan leader Nicolas Maduro in Caracas, which is the Venezuelan capital. Washington AP, after months of growing military pressure on Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro, President Trump ordered a brazen operation into the South American country to capture its leader, and whisk him to the United States, where his administration planned to put him on trial. First of all, there's a lot of problems with this because, for one, they broke international laws. They didn't even ask Congress for their permission on it, because before you do anything relating to war, you have to ask Congress for, hey, am I allowed to capture this country's leader, and am I allowed to put him on trial in the United States? Nah, Trump's like, nah, fuck Congress. I'm just going to do it anyways. And seems like he got no repercussions. Because if this was any other president, they would have gotten repercussions. But because it's Trump, for some reason, he ain't going to really get repercussions. But there's a lot of problems with it. It's not because, Nicolas Maduro's a good guy or he didn't deserve it. It's like, yeah, a lot of Venezuelan people did hate Maduro. That is a fact. Maduro was kind of a piece of shit because, let's be real, he's a communist. And he also is a dictator that doesn't believe in people's free speech and free rights. But it doesn't mean the United States could be reckless and go in and just take over the country without having any proper planning and without asking Congress or the United Nations. And I know people say, but we should just leave the United Nations. Right now, we're still in the United Nations. And as long as we remain in the United Nations, we got to follow the United Nations rules and laws, even if you don't want to, because that's the thing. If you don't want to follow the rules, then you should just leave the United Nations. But right now, we're in the United Nations, and so is Venezuela, and doing this really, really does put a big target.
The United Nations is full of idiots.
No, they are. They're full of idiots. But still, it doesn't mean we should just break the rules that we agreed to. Like, if you don't like their idiotic rules or their idiotic leadership, then pull the United States out. Didn't the United States create the United Nations, actually? Technically?
What?
Didn't we create the United Nations, United States?
We definitely had a hand in it. Sure.
Yeah, we definitely had a hand. So it's like we're basically the ones that like had a hand in creating this, right? So we put all these rules down, but United States doesn't follow the old rules that we agreed to, and that's my problem with it. Is like, yeah, I know a lot of people don't really like the United Nations right now, but we were the ones that kind of built them up, and if we're gonna agree to rules like this, then we can't just sit there and fucking just break the rules. You know what I mean? We can't just sit there and break international laws. Like, there was a way Trump could have done this without breaking any rules or having any consequences. Get an international warrant and go after Maduro that way. Get an international warrant and go to the UN and say, hey, I want an international warrant. And get Nicolas Maduro on international laws. But instead of doing that, Trump's like, nah, fuck you. I'm just going to do it myself. During a news conference Saturday at his Florida home, laid out the details of the overnight strike after he said Maduro and his wife, Kalia Flores, were flown by helicopter to a U.S. warship. Maduro was in a fortress, Trump says. Trump described Maduro as being highly guarded in a presidential place that was a heavily fortified military fortress in the heart of Caracas. Maduro had nearly made it to a safe room inside it. Trump told reporters, although he was unable to close it, in an interview earlier Saturday morning on Fox and Friends The Weekend, Trump said that American forces were armed with massive blowtorches, which they have used to cut through steel walls, and had Maduro lock himself in the room. That's actually brutal how they capture him, though. I'm not going to lie. I don't agree with the operation, but the way they did it was they basically forced him to lock himself in a room and basically forced him to had no other way to escape. Basically trapped him there and was like, you know what? You're coming with me, motherfucker. And don't get me wrong, even though I am against, this just because Trump broke a lot of laws and didn't listen to Congress, the United States is still a power force, and we definitely have the strength to do this, but because we have the strength and we're able to do something, doesn't mean we should do it. You know what I mean? U.S. military prepared for months. That's the thing. They prepared for months, right? Trump had this operation going on for months, but he couldn't have the time to at least bring it up to Congress at all and say, hey, can I do this? Can I go and invade Venezuela and take the leader and put him in trial for being the criminal he is? He couldn't even do that in these few months of preparing for this operation. That's how you know, like, Trump just doesn't give a fuck about anyone's opinions, not even the American people's opinions. Dan Kane, chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, said at Trump's news conference that the U.S. forces have rehearsed their maneuvers for months, learning everything about Maduro, where he was, what he ate, as well as details of his pets and the clothes he wore. We think, we developed, we trained, we rehearsed, we debriefed, we rehearsed again and again. Kane saying his forces were set by early December not to get it right, but to ensure we cannot get it wrong. Trump said on Fox that U.S. forces have practiced their exaggeration on a Republica building. They actually built a house was identical to the one they went into with all the same steel, all that steel all over the place. Trump's. You know what's weird? They spent more time on this operation to capture Maduro and do a regime change in a third world country, but they can't even fix our own economy. Trump can't even help the homeless veterans in America. That's also my problem with it, is Trump rather go and be the word police, and our government and the military rather be the word police, but they can't even help their own people. And that's my problem with it. It's like you're starting all these foreign conflicts and all these wars for basically for Israel's interests and for your own interests. And you're just saying, fuck the American people. I ain't going to help the economy. I'd just go to war, and take over all these other countries and do regime change in all these other countries, but not even fix our own government. Like they still haven't released the Epstein files. They still haven't done the stuff they promised they would do. They still haven't done social welfare programs for the homeless. They still haven't helped Americans. They still haven't helped our own home. So and not only that, but we have corrupt politicians in the Senate, in Congress, basically everywhere. So it's like Trump wants to say, oh, we need to do regime change. We need to do regime change in our own government first. Get rid of all these corrupted politicians, all of them. We turned off all the lights. Trump said the U.S. operation took place in darkness, although he did not detail how that happened. The light of Kakaris were largely turned off due to a certain expertise that we have, Trump said. It was dark and it was deadly. At least 7 explosions were heard in Kakaris. The attack, which Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, the one that basically was talking about fishy boats, the last episode we covered of that motherfucker, described as part of a massive joint military and law enforcement raid, lasted less than 30 minutes. Venezuela's Vice President Delcy Rodriguez, who under law takes power, and said Venezuelan civilians and members of the military were killed. Which obviously it's like it is war, so that is going to happen. But still, it's like civilians got killed. You know what's funny? Trump said like, "Oh, it's for the civilians," but yet innocent civilians got killed in the crossfire. It's for the people of Venezuela, right? Oh man. Trump says a couple guys injured, basically, saying that a few U.S. forces were injured during it, but none of them were killed. Apparently, the U.S. did this operation so well that none of them got killed. So that's good on them, I guess. The weather was a factor. Okay, that's irrelevant. Where's Maduro now? This is relevant. Trump said that Maduro and Flores were flown by helicopter to a U.S. warship and were going on to New York to face charges. He posted on Truth Social a photo of the Venezuelan leader wearing a gray sweatsuit, protective headphones, and a blindfold. Damn, they blindfolded his ass. The caption said Nicolas Maduro on board the USS I-2 Jamara. The Justice Department released an indictment, the pairing of having an alleged role in a inaugural terrorism conspiracy. Months of escalating actions. The raid was a dramatic escalation from a series of strikes the U.S. military has carried. That's another thing, too. It's like, we're the ones carrying these strikes, but they kept saying, Maduro's coming after us. Maduro's the threat. Maduro's evil. It's like, yeah, he was basically, participating in drug cartels, and honestly, you should go after the drug cartels, but just going after the government and breaking international laws, it's like, well, come on. There's still no excuse for that. And not only that, but let's be real. Trump doesn't give a shit about the drug cartels, because if he did, he would first go after Colombia and Mexico, which we can easily take down because, let's be real, Mexican military and Colombian military are both weaker than the U.S. military. So it's like we could easily take them down. But Trump didn't care about them till after he received criticism about it. The raid was a dramatic escalation. U.S. military has carried out what Trump said were they were carrying drug boats in the Caribbean Sea and Eastern Pacific Ocean since early September. But you know what's weird? Because we actually proved this on a previous Ravencast when Gabe was on here, right? They said that it's about the drug cartels, right? But then Trump literally took out more oil tankers. Literally, I think it was like 13 oil tankers. He seized more oil tankers than drug cartel boats. So is it really about the drug cartels? Or is it about that sweet, juicy oil that would make you a lot of money? Because that's what it really is. It's about money. It ain't about nothing good. It ain't nothing goodly moral about this. It's about Trump wanting the oil. Even though we have oil in Alaska, he wants easy access to Venezuela's oil, and he's using the drug cartels as an excuse to basically, seem like he's doing it in a good faith when he's not. A few details about how the U.S. will now run Venezuela, and then after this, we'll watch an Asmongold clip of a security guard explaining how the capture happened, and then we'll move on to the Greenland segment. Trump said at his news conference that a group of officials standing behind him, including Hegseth, Kane, and the Secretary of State Marco Rubio, will be a team that's working with the people of Venezuela, basically saying that Marco Rubio and the head of the Navy, Hegseth, are going to basically lead Venezuela until they find a new leader. The Republican president left the open possibility that U.S. troops will have a presence in the country. We are not afraid boots on the ground if we had to, he said, adding, we had boots on the ground last night. The U.S. will now run the country until a new leader can be chosen, Trump said. We are going to make sure that that country is run properly. We're not doing this in vain, he said. This is a very dangerous attack. Very dangerous attack. This is an attack that could have gone very badly. Hold on, I'm getting a call from Dan right now. Take over the stream for a little bit. All right, sorry, Dan. All right, anyways. Just to finish this quote right here, Canara reported from Champaign, South Carolina, Associated Press. Hold on.
Yeah. What happened? Why is the stream suddenly quiet?
It's because Dan's calling me.
Oh, Dan. Dan. Danny Dan.
All right, sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen, but we are continuing the show, finishing this segment, and then we'll honestly, the way the U.S. attacked, bro, when we get to the Asmongold clip, y'all will see a lot of crazy shit. Canara reported from South Carolina, Social Press reporters, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so that's the end of that. So far, what's y'all's opinions on regime change in Venezuela? Any thoughts so far?
Not really, no.
Yeah, so the I was gonna try to say this before, but so in my opinion, I would say what Trump did was, well, let's just face it, if he did it the right way, right? Let's just say for hypothetical, right? He didn't go over Congress. Not only would he have to wait for Congress to all get in line and all decide to, work together. But he would also have to wait until the UN. He got an answer from the UN. And then after that, he would have to wait until he got one from, I think, the Supreme Court or some bullshit like that, too. So, with the powers that be, like, you'd be waiting several different, probably about a month for a response.
He already been planning this for several months, so you can't say he didn't have the time when he's been planning it for months. Like, if he's been planning it for several months, he could have at least said, "Hey, Congress, here's what I've been planning on. I plan on doing this in a few months. Is this okay?" And they would have had the time to give Trump an answer before he even did the strike if he just let them know. That's why you have to let them know immediately when you think of the plan, because it's a whole process for a reason. Because we're not under a dictatorship. Like, Congress and the American people have a say if we want to go to war or not. And if we want to go to war, then that's one thing. But Trump just can't be the one that decides when we go to war, when we don't go to war.
Yeah, I get that, but it's like at the same time it was the quick and easy method rather than waiting another month or 2 months or 3.
Yeah, but my thing too is what are we gonna do with Venezuela now?
I guess they're gonna install a leader that is a puppet, and then they're gonna basically use the oil companies to clean up the area and shit like that, and then drill for oil.
Okay, let's see. Where is this? Hold on.
I'm gonna mute again.
No, you're good. I'm just looking for the Asmund clip. How captured. They apparently used like really high technical. Oh, I'm gonna put this on the stream now. Also, what's up, Thunder? How's it going? Hopefully you're doing well. Make sure you guys hit the like button, and thanks for everyone that's enjoying the stream so far. Our return show. Share the screen.
There's a laser?
All right, y'all ready? So this video is titled, Trump used this to capture Maduro. So they used high-tech laser weapons that basically, before you even interact, like they fucking just get to your brain. Like, Asmongold's going to explain it.
Wait, what? Take a look at this. So one of the security guards that was loyal to Nicolas Maduro has come forward, and they have told their story of what it was like when America attacked. The security guard. On the day of the operation, we didn't hear anything coming. We were on guard, but suddenly all of our radar systems shut down without any explanation. The next thing we saw were drones. A lot of drones flying over our positions. We didn't know how to react.
Damn. Imagine just sitting there and all your radar systems just shut down randomly. And you're like, what the fuck? How does that happen?
Interviewer, so what happened next? After the drones appeared, some helicopters arrived, but there were very few. I think barely 8 helicopters. From those helicopters, soldiers came down, but a very small number. Maybe 20 men, but those men were technologically very advanced. They didn't look like anything that we had fought before. And then the battle began. Yes, but it was a massacre. We were hundreds, but we had no chance. They were shooting.
Not gonna lie, Trump's really lucky that the Venezuelan military is really weak, and he does pick his targets well, but it still doesn't excuse all these fucking gay foreign wars that he starts. But that's how you know, like, the military is getting like too like technologically advanced, and Trump's like getting his ego, thinking, we could basically take down everybody. We could take down the whole planet. And your line of thinking, that's how Hitler got defeated. That's how Nazi Germany got defeated, because they had that same mindset. And guess what? They ended up falling and losing the World War, and we're going to be the same, and we're going to suffer the same fate.
with such precision and speed, it seemed like each soldier was firing 300 rounds a minute. We couldn't do anything. Oh my God. Is this Warhammer lore? Yeah, exactly. And then your own weapons, didn't they help? No, they did not help at all, because it wasn't just the weapons. At one point, they launched something. I don't know how to describe it. It was like a very intense sound wave. Suddenly, I felt like my head was exploding from the inside. We all started bleeding from the nose. Some were vomiting blood. We fell to the ground, unable to move. And your comrades, did they manage to resist? No, not at all. Those 20 men, without a single casualty, killed hundreds of us. We had no way to compete with their technology, with their weapons.
Imagine being like 20 men killing like just 300 people. Like, honestly, that's how you know our military is really, really, really advanced. But it's still a dangerous weapon to just throw around and just use these weapons just for nationals, just so Trump can basically do his petty squabbles. Because I see it as a petty squabble because Trump doesn't care about the cartel boss. He doesn't care about all this shit. I don't even think he really cares about he cares about the oil because it makes some money. But I think it's deeper than that because Netanyahu went on Twitter and said, "Thank you, Trump, for going out to Venezuela." Trump's basically doing it for Israel, and that's why I have a major problem. He ain't doing it for our interests. He ain't doing it for the Venezuelan people's interests. He's doing it for a foreign government's interests.
I swear I've never seen anything like it. We couldn't even stand up after the sonic weapons or whatever it was. Oh my God. You know what they should do? They should play this interview as a recruitment ad for the United States military. Those 20 men without a single casualty killed hundreds of us. We had no way to compete with their technology, with their weapons. I'd never seen anything like it. We couldn't even stand up after the sonic weapon or whatever it was. So do you think the rest of the region should think twice before confronting the Americans? Without a doubt. I'm sending a warning to any—
What's the left right when they said Trump is modern Hitler? Technically, they were, not because Trump's a Nazi or anything like that. It's just because Trump's making the stupid, dumb decisions Hitler did by trying to take over the whole world, do regime change in all these countries that he has no business doing regime change in. Like, Trump's basically making the same mistakes. So technically, you could say that based on Trump making the same mistakes.
I will say this. At least he's not trying to eliminate certain groups of people completely.
No, but his boss Netanyahu's doing that. So technically, if you want to say anyone's modern Hitler in that regard, that would be Netanyahu, because Netanyahu's doing that. Trump himself ain't doing that to the Palestinians, but Trump he can't really say anything about it, because if he does, then Israel will blackmail him, and he's basically owned by Israel. So yeah. Technically, you can't say Trump's modern Hitler, but he is definitely owned by modern Hitler, because Netanyahu's killing Christians, Muslims, all kinds of people that disagree with him.
Anyone who thinks—
they want to say, oh, Jews are victims of the Holocaust, or Jews are victims of this and that, but it's like, why are you guys killing groups of people? Like, you can't— two wrongs don't make a right, ladies and gentlemen. Two wrongs don't make a right. We shouldn't kill the Jews, but the Jews shouldn't kill other. Like, no groups of people should be killing each other. That's just a fact.
They can fight the United States. They have no idea what they're capable of. After what I saw, I never want to be on the other side of that again. They're not to be messed with. And now that Trump has said Mexico is on the list, do you think the situation will change in Latin America? Definitely. Everyone is already talking about this. No one wants to go through what we went through. Now everyone thinks twice. What happened here is going to change a lot of things, not just in Venezuela, but throughout the region. There's a laser? Wait, what?
Oh my, damn. Can't believe they're actually making lasers now. Holy shit. I'm not going to lie. The technology they use to do it is pretty cool, but I still disagree with the operation for obvious reasons. Yeah, that's the end of that. Let's get to our next final political segment, and then after the Greenland thing, we will get into our favorite game, Palworld, basically covering Tanga's video, then Destiny's video, and then it'll be the end of the show, the return show. Thank you, everyone that's been watching so far. Make sure we hit the like. So far, we have 3 likes. And honestly, I'm not going to lie. The phone streams do a lot better than the StreamYard streams. That is really weird. StreamYard streams are more like a production, but for some reason, YouTube likes to push short streams more. Because the phone streamer had like 10, 15 people. Now we only got like 2 or 3, which is fine because I'm still doing this for fun and get my voice out there. But now let's get to the Greenland segment, the final political segment of the night. And then after that, we will get to Palworld.
I made you a plate.
All right. After the Greenland segment, I'm going to go get my plate. So why does Trump want Greenland? The polls show a U.S. takeover is unpopular. President Trump has continued to declare his desire for Greenland a self-governing territory of Denmark. NATO becomes far more formidable and effective with Greenland in the hands of the United States, Trump wrote on Truth Social. Anything less than that is unacceptable. Though he's talked about acquiring the Arctic island since his first term, calls to do have ramped up in recent weeks since the U.S. military's intervention in Venezuela. Denmark and Greenland's foreign officials met with the U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance and the Secretary of State Marco Rubio at the White House on January 4th. That's actually when we arrived to D.C. That's when we arrived. Man, we should have went there to that meeting. Man, we were in D.C. at that day, though the parties did not appear to come to an agreement. Probably because it's fucking stupid. And honestly, J.D. Vance is so up Trump's ass. So he's like, no, we got to get Greenland. And honestly, the Greenland leader and the Denmark leaders are like, no, Greenland is good how it is. The Greenland people actually do love the government of Denmark. And I feel like if they want to stay with Denmark, they have a right to stay with Denmark. We already have a U.S. military base in Greenland. So I don't understand why we're even taking them over. We didn't manage to change American positions. Danish Foreign Minister Lars Løkke Rasmussen said at the news conference, it's clear that the president has the switch of conquering over Greenland. We made it very, very clear that this is not the interest of the kingdom. It's not the interest of the Danish kingdom. And honestly, I don't blame them because they've had Greenland for like 800 years and they haven't had an issue or rebellion. So it's like, why do we need regime change in Greenland exactly? Like, I still don't get it. Multiple polls also show that intervention in Greenland would be unpopular. In a Quinnipiac University poll released January 14 found in 8 respondents, 8 out of 10 respondents, sorry, it's my autism, but opposed the U.S. taking Greenland by force. And I oppose that too, because I don't think we should start another war and burn the entire bridge with NATO just because Trump is greedy and wants to take full control over Greenland. In a CNN and SSR polls out Jan 15, 75% of Americans, people in our country, do not agree with this. The majority of Americans find Greenland and Denmark to be allies or friendly to the U.S. That's another thing, too. Greenland is an ally to the U.S. So is Denmark. Why are we going to burn the bridge just because Trump is greedy and wants to take over Greenland? So why does Trump want the vast icy land? Here's what he said. We need Greenland for national security, Trump said at a press conference. You look up and down the coast, you have Russian and Chinese ships all over the place. We need it for national security. We have to have it. First of all, if China and Russia were to invade Greenland, all of NATO would literally declare war on China and Russia would lose. So it's like, yeah. You can't sit there and say it's for national security. It's because of China and Russia when NATO would literally deal with China and Russia if they tried some bullshit like that. Trump has repeatedly returned to the national security as a reason for wanting Greenland. There's no national security reason. They're protected under NATO. They're protected by us. We can still protect them from China and Russia. This excuse is bullshit. It's a bullshit excuse. The island's location could be a strategic for a U.S. ballistical warning program. We already have a military base in Greenland.
Hey, Ethan.
Yeah, hold on. I'm back. Sorry about that. But anyways, where was we on this? The island also has critical minerals used in industries where China has a near monopoly power. Greenland has mineral deposits of key minerals, including graphite, copper, nickel, zinc, tungsten, and lithium, all used for marking models technology. However, Greenland is currently does little to no mining. Trump also said he's not interested in Greenland for his So why are you bringing it up? You say you're not interested for its wealth, but then you bring up the wealth. Like this is why I just don't like Trump anymore, because he's so contradicting, he's so hypocritical, and he doesn't make sense at all. So that's basically the end of that. So I want to get final perspectives on the whole Greenland segment. First from Torin. Torin, what's your thoughts on us taking over Greenland? You think it's a good idea, bad idea? No comment, no opinion.
I really don't care.
Yeah, what about you, Booty Warrior?
Gettler?
Yep.
Hello?
I don't think he's here.
He might have dozed off. He does that sometimes.
All right, well, my final opinion on it is I don't think we should take over Greenland because it's just going to start another war. It's going to ruin the whole bridge with NATO, and we're basically going to be in another seven-front war, and we'll basically start World War III, and we'll be in a losing side because – and there's no actual national security risk on doing the Greenland thing. So, yeah, that's my final thoughts on that. Now we can get to Torin's favorite subject, Palworld.
Yay!
Yay! View your channel. Wait, no. Go to Fatanga. Fatanga plays. I watched this last night, and honestly, Pokemon is lost. Like, Palworld's definitely the better game, and anyone that says otherwise are just mentally retarded and misinformed. Yeah, Todd, you want to? Have you watched this video yet? Yeah.
I watched some of it.
President came.
See, I was in the middle of watching it, but now we go back. Oh, God damn it, ads!
By a
No
meaningless
cares.
duty that was never yours.
Ah,
I make nothing.
yeah.
All right, now we're here. All right, so let's get right into this. Pokemon's response to Palworld update is pathetic.
Zero. Zilch. By the time I pay.
The short, like an OnlyFans model, knows how to grab the attention of single lonely men. Welcome back to the channel. It would seem that Nintendo's answer to Palworld is pathetic. You see, yesterday marked a very special day. It's the second year in a row that Palworld is, well, still in early access. So I'm waiting for these guys to finally finish the game, which they are planning to do this year. But let me tell you something, all right? Because I was playing for like 10 to 12 hours yesterday. That's why there was no video. I was playing Palworld for like 10 to 12 hours, doing a speed run, and I'm going to tell you.
I would love to play Palworld for that long, but unfortunately, Palworld doesn't have enough space on my computer. But I'm still trying to work on it because honestly, I've watched a lot of gameplays on Palworld, and it's a really fun game. The pals are good. It's good shooting each other. It's also good to like enslave and capture other pals as well. Like honestly, I love Palworld, but I wish I could play it. But the problem is my computer. Oh, you're good. That I got dinner as well. That's why I went AFK for a second. I'm currently eating dinner while doing this.
There's a reason why a lot of people like me never shut up about Palworld. Because it's a proof of concept, really, ultimately is what it is. The game is the perfect blueprint for Nintendo to just copy, and they should be copying it. The fact that I'm able to explore most of the world on the back of a chillet that I had just beaten. Sometimes I think to myself, am I exaggerating how good Palworld is? And then the truth is, no. The game had me glued for a good chunk of my day yesterday. And that's because the amount of freedom, the amount of things there is to do, the amount of intricate gameplay mechanics, it's what's sorely lacking from Pokemon. It's probably why Omega Ruby has been the last Pokemon game I've touched in a long time. So I'm questioning, is Nintendo even capable of emulating this formula? Would they even be able to sell such a gameplay loop to their low IQ fan base? Truthfully, no. I don't think Nintendo is going to take a single lesson from Palworld.
No, they're not. They're still going to try to overprice shit, make it, put little effort into it as possible, and make the game as unfun and unprofessional and just unenjoyable.
I like how Frit doesn't bring up the fact the animation Chillet has when you pet it. Because it looks like it's busting a nut.
Did you show me that?
Yeah, it looks so stupid.
It does.
It looks like he's getting ready to bust a nut.
It looks like he's ready to get one load out.
And here's why. Palworld's second anniversary today marks
Daddy.
Oh my god.
2 years since Palworld entered early access. Thank you, everyone. We're working so hard on Palworld 1.0, which is coming this year. Here is a sneak peek at just some of the upcoming pals. There's gonna be more! Look at that! Look at that! More pals! Did Pokemon Legends ZA introduce any new Pokemon at all?
No, I swear!
No, that's another thing. They make new Pokemon games, but they don't introduce new Pokemon.
If we count the Mega Evolutions, but not really.
Yeah, it's not.
And most of them are bad. Most of the new Mega Evolutions.
Yeah, that's all that's been, though. It's just new Mega Evolutions. They haven't actually came out with actual new Pokemon monsters that are worth a damn.
They'd be previewing some of the Pokemon from Wind and Waves in the game.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, that's the title.
None! Zero! You didn't get any new Pokemon. I mean, you got new Mega Evolutions, but you had to pay an extra $30 for them. Meanwhile, $30 is all I paid for Palworld. And it's getting more up. I mean, it's already a pretty full game, even in early access. But whatever.
Hi, everyone. Today, Palworld celebrates its second anniversary. And we just want to say a big thank you to you, our players,
Stunt on these hoes,
Pal
Bucky!
Tamers,
Stunt on these hoes!
Palworld and Pocket Pitch.
All right.
We're hard at work on Palworld 1.0.
You better
shaping up to be our biggest update ever. We would love to show you a sneak peek of Palworld 1.0.
Wait, what? Is that a new pal? Is that a new pal?
Here.
So that's one of the new pals that they're coming out with.
Yep.
Do you know what their abilities are?
No, I don't yet. Unfortunately, I don't know what they're capable of.
Because I don't think he even explained it in the
Are just
video.
concept art right now, I think. I don't
So
know
not
if they've actually been implemented into the development builds of the game or not yet. Maybe. But I haven't saw any footage of them, so probably not.
Yeah, I didn't. When I watched this video last night, I didn't see any footage of them either. That's why I'm asking. God damn it!
Looks like it's one that's going to be able to swim as well. Chillet, by the way, if you're playing Palworld, get Chillet. Chillet will be able to jump off any cliff you want. Chillet can swim. And Chillet is a fast swimmer, honestly. Swimming and flying pals are a necessity in this game. The map is...
See, yeah, I do remember him talk about Chillet, and honestly, Chillet does seem like a good pal, because can he swim like anywhere?
Chillet technically can't swim, though it moves fast in the water. But if it stays in the water too long, it'll run out of health.
So it's not really as good as he's hopping it up to be then.
Yeah, it's fast. And it's a good early game pal, but there's better pal later on in the game, like Jet Dragon, which is the all-around best riding pal in the game.
Ginormous, but
it was the one I was using.
Sorry for interrupting. Continue.
Our conversation with Chetty, actually.
Oh yeah, I think I do remember you using.
Yeah, the blue dragon that flies around like a jet. That one.
0.0, but it's still in development. So instead,
look at that. What is this? This is another new pal as well.
What's funny is that new pal looks a lot like a scrapped Pokemon. Like there's a bunch of scrap Pokemon designs that reminds me of the what's it called? The Kotora, that thing. And that scrapped Pokemon. What's funny about Kotora is it was scrapped twice.
It was scrapped and we added twice.
Yeah, and then it never got added back in. It was added in Generation 1, and then it didn't make the cut. And then in Generation 2, it was added again in earlier builds and also didn't make the cut. And it had an evolved form, and the Generation 1 even had a third form, but...
That's how you know Palworld actually thinks on stuff before making decisions, unlike Pokemon.
Oh, the early days of Pokemon were hectic as hell. Like, Generation 2 was stuck in development hell for 5 years or something like that.
Yeah, Palworld's only on year 2, and they're already coming out with a new
Well, keep in mind also, this is back on the Game Boy Color, and we didn't have early access back then, so...
That is true.
So the pals, I've been watching what you guys are looking at. I think that some of the new pals actually look pretty damn cool, and
I think some of them are loosely inspired by specific Pokemon, and it was done on purpose to troll Nintendo.
Probably because with all the stuff that's going on, it's like they really just Pokemon Company really just picked a fucking fight that, because it's like either we sue them over the lookalikes or we try to drive them into the ground over a time period over like shit like that we can get it so the Palworld can't fight back eventually with all these bills and shit. Problem is they didn't realize that the fans were gonna rise up the way they did and basically bought the hell out of Palworld, which in turn gave them even more money than they already had from the initial release. And it's like, well, Nintendo, you just fucked yourself in the ass, more or less.
But they have fucked themselves in the ass with this, and that's the thing too. It's like this whole update of Palworld trolling them just show like they're actually being really effective here, because they're putting out all these monsters that are similar to Nintendo and basically saying, "Hey, Nintendo, we can do it better."
Here's that Kotora thing on my screen here for comparison. I just did a little screen share.
Hold on, I gotta remove that for a second. It's definitely similar, but you can still tell how
they changed it, or they. It was clearly inspired by this. Let's just say that. I don't think it was meant to be an exact ripoff, but it clearly takes elements from it. Which a lot of
takes elements, but Yeah, it takes elements, and there's nothing wrong with taking elements of other gaming companies and making it better. Like they
Yeah.
took it because look
I
how
don't
much
even know if
better
they
this
ha-
looks.
if Nintendo even has the rights to this thing since it wasn't actually ever officially released. They might have a patent for it. I don't know.
I mean, knowing Nintendo, they have patents for literally everything. They probably have patents for the cheeseburger.
I don't know how
they brought.
unreleased content works, honestly.
No, I think even unreleased content, I think unfortunately they do have.
Yeah, it does
for
fall
that.
under copyright law probably, but
Especially with a company like Nintendo, like Nintendo's gonna make sure they have that sweet patent.
This one, I'm definitely going to butcher and eat in the game.
We'd like to show you some concept art for some of the upcoming pals.
This
can
one
meet
I'm
in
definitely
Palworld.
going to book beneath the game. I love that response.
Look at that concept art. Wait, hold on. Concept art? Didn't Pokemon fans accuse these developers of using AI to make these pals?
What's even funnier about this concept art is the style looks a lot like
because this looks original to me, hell of a lot more original than what Pokemon's doing with its Mega evolutions.
World 1.0. There are many new pals, new places to explore, and many surprises waiting for you in Palworld 1.0.
Wait, what was that?
I was saying this concept art, what's even funnier is it looks an awful lot like Kintsugi Mori's art style, which is hilarious. If you don't know, Kintsugi Mori is the guy who did all the official arts for the Pokemon, like the official 2D arts, and he's been doing them since Generation 1. Though recently he's been outsourcing to other people too, because Game Freak's gotten bigger. Though I think he still does the primary art. He just isn't exclusively designing the Pokemon anymore. Actually, I don't think he was to begin with.
Yeah, I don't think he was to begin with either, to be honest.
Yeah, I think there were Satoshi Tajiri, the original head of Game Freak, and another dude were making the Pokemon. I forgot the other guy's name. Actually, there were probably a few monster designers, but Kintsugi Mori did the finalized 2D renders for the Pokemon.
I
It
want
really
that
is.
vending machine. Give me that vending machine. I want that.
Oh, but before
that
that,
vending machine does look cool. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I see a Cativa doll and a and a Depressa doll, and there's probably something else in there.
Wants to say thank you.
皆さんこんにちは。
こんにちは。
ポケットペアの代表の溝部です。
I mobilized. It's been 2 years since we released Palworld.
Oh,
you know what's funny? It's been only 2 years since they released Palworld, but Palworld's done a lot more than Pokemon's ever done in the 30 years of being around. That's how you know that Pokemon's just falling the fuck off. Hey,
I can't believe
Carla,
it's
how's it
already
going?
been
It's been
2
a
years.
while. I know. Time just goes by really fast with stuff like this.
That's the CEO of Pocket Pair. He's the man. He's the one responsible for pissing off Pokemon Company. Let's go.
It's funny.
Safa.
He looks so
Pokemon.
young.
Safa.
He does look. He looks like me and Dan's age. He looks like he's 20.
Yeah, in his 20s or early or 30s, something like that. But yeah, he looks so young. I was expecting a much older man being behind Pocket Pair. Honestly, I don't think I've ever saw him in person.
Yeah, he could still be old. He just could be one of those that look young, but they're in reality 30, 40. He may just have good genetics.
Yeah, that too.
I like this guy. I like this guy. All right. Horror shit.
Alright, fuck off my screen. There we go.
My hero.
パルワールドをリリースしてからの
I like
年間
how it was complete. I like how you get a translation ad with when there's a dude with subtitles on the screen.
And it has been, and I'm gonna read the subtitles too, just so people can know what he's saying. And it has been an incredibly exciting and an unforgettable experience for us.
私たちにとって非常に刺激的で忘れられない経験となりました。
Yes.
パルワールドを遊び、
To all the fans around the world who have played and enjoyed Palworld,
楽しんでくださった世界中のファンの皆様、
That's me.
改めて
we would like to express our sincere gratitude once again. Let's go! definitely express your sincere gratitude and show Nintendo that you can make a better video game within 2 years while they tried 30 years and haven't achieved really fuck all.
申し上げます。
You're welcome.
さて、私たちは現在、
Wait, what's
Now then,
this?
we are currently working on hard together towards the official release of Palworld.
One.
1.0.
Oh, what? Oh, that one is so sick. Oh, I want these. I want these.
You know what that reminds
me
me of? Another scrapped Pokemon named Jag. It
Yeah,
was a shark. It was a shark that had an anchor for a body. Like
Yeah.
it was like a shark head attached to a chain with an anchor at the end.
Was it that Pokemon in Pokemon Go? Because I think I remember.
No, Jag was never released.
Oh, he was never released.
Yeah, he was a scrapped Pokemon concept that made it into early builds of the game, but not the final.
These are mine. So when is this update coming out?
パルワールドの正式リリースバージョン 1.0 に向けて一丸となって開発を取り組んでおります。
Oh. They're stunting on these hoes. They don't give a single fuck. They are trolling Pokemon at this point. Oh my god. They are.
They're definitely trolling Pokemon. They're taking all their unreleased content, but like, hey, we finally released your content for you, and we made it better too. Haha.
They have to be doing this on purpose.
皆様のご期待に応えられるよう全力を尽くして開発をしておりますので、皆様どうぞパルワールドを改めて
Oh
応
wait,
援
I'm
よろしくお願い
sorry. I'm thinking of a different one. Jag was a scrap generation 1 Pokemon. This one I'm talking about is named Ikari.
Okay.
お願いいたします。
And we truly appreciate your continued encouragement. I definitely encourage and support Palworld all the way till the end. And once my computer has enough space or I get a new computer, I'm definitely gonna play. Honestly, I'm definitely gonna try to play on my bro's computer and like try to play Palworld.
By the way, here's a picture of it. I just put it up on the side if you want to take a look at it.
All right, I'll take a look real quick. Let me move this, add that. So that's the shark you were talking about earlier. Damn, that actually, yeah. See, Palworld made it better. That's another thing. It's like this is kind of shit. Pokemon's version shit, but Palworld's like took the drawing and did adjustment.
That's probably why they scrapped it. The design just was silly.
But yeah, hold on. Let me take this off now. But yeah, Palworld just takes the scrap, takes the trash, and makes it better.
Yep.
They're like, hey, we're taking the trash. They're basically dumpster diving from Pokemon. They're going in Pokemon's dumpster, grabbing all the scraps,
seeing what concepts work, and then improving on them. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And that's how you. And technically, you could say that's original because they're not just taking the scraps and using it without making changes.
The worst you can say is that it was inspired by the design.
Yeah, it was definitely inspired, and but they saw the design. I was like, you know what? We see this design, we can make it better. And they're inspired by the design to make it better, and they took their work and made it better. And that's the thing. Nintendo can't cry when, for one, they haven't improved on the scraps, and two, they haven't even released none of this, so they can't say Palworld's stealing something. What are you going to do? Complain about Palworld stealing your trash and dumpster diving?
Here's the best part about this, okay? Because Palworld could have legitimately been a scam. Legitimately. It could have been early access slop that was never planned on being completed, was never going to get updates. It would have just left with its success and called it a day. But now they've continued to support, and now they want to release a card game, a Pal Farm game.
That's an interesting thing there, because they actually, for the longest time, were struggling as a company because while they had a vision, they could never really hit it big. Their previous game before this was, what was it called? Not Zootopia. Craftopia. That's the name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it had the spear throwing mechanic from Palworld in it. What's funny is they were originally using the Unity engine. This pre-rendered footage here from the pre-release trailers was actually using the Unity engine. And at a certain point, they it wound up switching over to Unreal because they got a new coder, but he could only code on Unreal Engine.
Mm-hmm.
And so we got that, and also they learned how to rig models too. So that was cool.
Yeah.
Like, they're going all out. And Pokemon fans said that these guys wouldn't be around for more than 1 year. Now look at them.
Yeah, I do remember that. I seen that all the time when I first started covering the Palworld stuff and the Nintendo lawsuit.
Yeah,
I
there's
saw
a
a lot of
thing where the CEO answered a lot of people's questions, and he like conducted an interview, and he talked about all the sorts of shit he did, or him and his company did to make the game, and how the challenges they faced.
Yep.
The CEO actually took a financial blow for the company and gambled and won.
Basically did. And honestly, it's really impressive.
And you know that Pokemon is paying attention. You know Nintendo is watching this, seething, frothing at the mouth.
They're watching it, seething, instead of taking notes of how they can improve their own game. Instead of taking notes from Palworld, they're just like, nah, you're doing it better. We can't allow this. We gotta have more patent lawsuits. They're probably filing more patent lawsuits right now.
Yeah. What I'm happy about is they didn't go Epic Store exclusive. They knew that would be the death of their game. They're like, yeah, we're going Steam.
Yeah, because going Steam is a smart move, because going Epic exclusive is just like, you're not.
Yeah, Epic doesn't have as big an audience for a reason.
Mm-hmm. And not only that, but a lot of people in the Epic audience don't even play these type of games. The Steam audience is where it's at with these type of games.
The Epic Games launcher for the Epic Store sells all sorts of games. That's the thing. But that's not the biggest issue. The issue is that even though developers get a higher cut, they get 80% instead of 60% on Steam, like they do on Steam. However, it's also anti-consumer because it cuts off consumers that use Steam, and Steam has a larger consumer base because of customer trust in Steam over and Valve over Epic Games.
Yep. All right, let's continue.
Because they were fully expecting these guys to cower and back down after the lawsuit. But no, instead, like, hey, we're going to make more eerily familiar looking monsters for our game. What are you going to do about it, bitch? You ain't gonna do nothing.
What are you going to do about it? You know what? You tried doing that?
Familiar monsters. I love it that he said that.
That's basically what they're doing.
They know what they're doing, and they know it's going to get people mad. So now they're just fully embracing it.
Hey, all publicity is still good.
Before it was more like they were just doing it because the designs looked appealing and would catch people's eyes.
Now they're doing it just to be a dick.
But yeah, now they're just doing it to troll.
I mean, they have every right to, because Nintendo tried basically ruining their company and shutting the company down and trying to buy the company out and silence the company, all because they made a better game than Pokemon.
And, well, I mean, that lawsuit is supposed to do something, but so far, your patent's been denied in Japan. So you're going to have to do something else.
Once again, thank you for your continued support.
Kativa!
We can't wait for you to get your hands on Palworld 1.0 coming very soon.
Here's some tips for those of you. Make sure you have like just a bunch of Kativas when you start off. I mean, yeah, they have the cower fear thing, so they'll run away from certain battles. But my God, do Kativas come through when it comes to starting your first base?
The coward passive literally reduces their defenses by like 10%, and they all have it, unfortunately. It's like their signature passive.
Yeah.
Get a bunch of these, and then if you don't want them, then just make the knife and butcher them. You can literally just butcher them, which is the best part.
We'll be sharing a few more little things on our social media and Discord, so please follow along if you want to keep up to date with all things Palworld. On behalf of everyone here at Pocket Pair.
Now, Wild Cativa will run from you if they see you, unless you attack them, then they'll get mad.
Thank you. Wait a minute. What was that?
What?
That sounded like a whale?
A whale? Wait,
is that the big whale from the fucking trailer?
What?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
What?
So
Yeah, it
yes,
is.
they finally released it. That you see this big whale. It was in a very early release trailer. Everyone thought it was scrapped, but apparently they're bringing it back.
Nice, that's good. See, I'm looking forward to it, and honestly, I'm definitely playing Palworld this week.
But yeah, Palworld has its share of scrapped pals too, either because their designs were way too similar to a Pokemon's, or because they didn't like the design, or it became a different pal completely eventually.
What? You can catch that? What? I want it. What?
Oh, I'm definitely catching that once I get in the game. I'm catching that whale. That whale's mine, motherfuckers.
Ow! God damn it! I'm more hyped for this update than most things in 2026. Oh my god! Holy shit! What was that? It was like some kind of giant whale. Okay, if that's really the size of the thing that we can catch, oh my god, I am hyped. I want to sail the seas in the game with that thing. Holy shit. My load has been blown. Thank you, Bucky. All right. Well, apparently, like, Pokemon fans are getting so desperate to get an own on Palworld after this update that they're now resorting to roadblocks to be what comes through for them. These look far more unique and interesting.
Oh, I started dying laughing last night when I watched this for the first time. They can't even use their own game. They're using Roblox as talking points against Palworld. Really? You can't even use your own game, Pokemon, as talking points? You're using Roblox, of all things? Something that's completely unrelated to the genre to begin with?
First. And whatever the
Victoria, like, what's your opinion on them, on the Nintendo fans using Roblox as a fucking defense of all things?
Oh, I looked up the colossal whale, as they call it, because it doesn't have an official name yet, and it actually has bones in the ice area of the game that you can find. So it's still sort of in the game, just only as a skeleton. And I actually found an image of it. Hold on.
Hey,
Once
Booty
again,
Boy.
it's only from behind.
What's up?
I know there's another image.
Wait, hold on. What's up, Unicorn Mango 1182? How you doing?
There it is. I just put it up on screen. Yep, that's it right there. Oh.
Sorry, I clicked the wrong button on accident.
I was going to say, what happened to Triton? But yeah, that's it right there.
All right, now I'm going to bring back up the video. Share screen.
I thought we also had a side view of it somewhere, but I guess not.
Doing, lol. And this is on Roblox.
I can't believe that they're using Roblox as a defense now. This is on Roblox. Like, Roblox and Palworld and Pokemon are totally separate things. Use Pokemon. Oh, wait, you can't use Pokemon because you know Pokemon shit. Even the Pokemon fans know Pokemon shit. That's why they're using Roblox and other games instead of their own game, because they know that their own game is shit.
Yeah, we're not playing Roblox, buddy. I don't know what to tell you, but we're not. What the hell is this crap?
It's not even good. The crap they're using from Roblox is not even good. Like, what the hell is this?
Are they supposed to be creatures?
Hey, Booty Warrior, I know you play Roblox and Palworld both. What's your thoughts on
this?
this?
This is a Mon-like in Roblox.
Yeah.
It looks like, ugh.
Getler? He must have dozed off
Even
again.
if it is good, I'm not going to play it because fuck pedo blocks.
It's not even good, though. Like, from this 27-second clip that Fortega just played, it doesn't even look good. The animation looks terrible.
Yeah, no, I'm good. Pass. This thing looks like a sexual organ. No,
it really does. It does look.
It does look like a penis.
It really does.
Oh, thank you. These guys are looking at everything else besides Pokemon. Because Pokemon is dead in the fucking water. So you may be wondering, what are Pokemon fans doing while Palworld fans are celebrating this new coming update?
Coping and seething and trying to discredit Palworld by instead of just admitting defeat.
What is Game Freak doing to keep their Pokemon fan base busy? Well, apparently this.
Bucks. Now stealing the collectible cards that sell for big bucks. Now, the most brazen one yet. Bad guys bursting into a store, smashing glass cases, and holding guns up to customers' heads.
What the fuck? Over Pokemon? Really? You're gonna do this shit? Point guns at people over
10K worth of rare cards. Jesus.
Oh my god.
Stephen Fabian visited the store where nerves are still frayed.
That's what they're doing? They're robbing Pokemon cards. Okay. No, for real. Come on. What is Pokemon doing? What lesson is Pokemon taking from this Palworld update? Well, they're bringing back the fat Pikachu plushie to celebrate the 30th anniversary.
Oh god, that takes me back. That was one of the earliest Pikachu designs, by the way. Pikachu used to be obese as fuck.
Yeah,
and
now
over time it just slimmed up. It started with the anime, and then over time Pikachu just got slimmer and slimmer.
Yeah, I've noticed that, and I always wondered, it's like, how come he was overweight? They just got slimmer and slimmer over time. Because I saw like some animations, some games, he was overweight, like tipster fat, and then
the older games, except Pokemon Yellow, he was fat. I'm mixed about this because that design makes me very nostalgic, but at the same time, fuck Pokemon.
Yeah, and not only that, but they can't. It shows they can't have anything original. They can't make anything original in 2026. They have to bring back old designs.
They're bringing it back for the 30th anniversary, and that's cool and all, but they're probably going to charge an arm and a leg for it.
Oh, they're definitely going to overprice it. In fact, I think Fratanga talks about the price in it too.
Nobody does. They do nothing for their fans. Instead of giving fans something, not even, you won't even give them a free content update. You won't give them anything for being there for you for like 25 plus years.
Even King's Isle, the company of Wizard 101, will at least give you free membership or something on their anniversary for like a week. That's still something.
All they have to offer you are more things to buy that are overpriced. The fat Pikachu plushie, that is the monumental thing that they're doing to celebrate Pokemon's anniversary. Palworld's over here announcing brand new pals, a fucking giant whale, new content, and Pokemon's like, hey, buy our overpriced Chinese plushie. Come on, there's gotta be something. 30th anniversary whiskey glass? I don't even know.
Isn't it a kid's game? Come on.
I mean, technically, yes.
I mean, I know they have a few adult fans.
They got a whiskey shot glass?
Yes, they got a whiskey shot glass. Literal.
Not gonna lie, the design looks kind of cool, but...
The design looks cool. The cup looks cool, but... I don't know. If I buy this, I'm going to take off Pokemon and put Palworld on it.
You know what they should, Pocket Bear should do? They should make their own shot glass.
Oh, they should. They definitely should. I would buy that.
They did make a espresso themed shaker for like energy drinks or those shaker energy drinks and shit.
If they ever make a whiskey shot glass, I'm buying that shit and drinking on stream out of the glass.
If this is real, if it is real, let me know, fam, because I didn't know that Pokemon would make products for adults. Well, apparently the Pokemon company's president...
I mean, to be fair for Tenga, just to be fair, Pokemon has been around for a while, and they do have some adult fans that would actually buy it.
Did you see the video where he was looking at the Lego sets?
I don't think so, no.
Oh my God, it's
came
so
out.
funny. The advertisement they did, they were literally advertising it as a bunch of real life man children going out to collect Pokemon.
Oh
it was
my
so
God.
retarded to collect the Lego Pokemon. It was so
Actually,
retarded.
wait, no, I think I remember. I think I have seen it actually because it's now that you described it. Yeah, that shit was retarded. They literally went like children manhunting for. Did they do that?
Children hunting for Lego Pokemon.
Didn't they do that in public too?
It was a commercial, so it was scripted, but still.
Imagine they did that just in the middle of the street, and everyone's just like, "What the hell are these guys?"
I like how at the end the dude's wife is like, "Where are you going, honey?"
To speak at the New York Games, accepting the Andrew Yoon Legend Award, and they're talking about their next game here. Let's see. Will you show us anything?
1996年に発売されたビデオゲームポケットモンスター赤緑でポケモンのプロデュース
Alright, yeah, you're old. We get it. Now talk about your new game. Let's see.
本当にありがとうございますこの賞は
I believe the true recipients of this award are all of the people.
これまでポケモンを
I believe the true receipts of this award are all the
共に作
people
り育て
who have helped create, nurture, and elevate Pokemon up till now. Pokemon ain't even elevated; it's went downhill, bro. Come on.
helped create, nurture, and elevate Pokemon to top.
Look, the kids' smiles look fake. They don't even enjoy this. They just know that the parents.
Well, we know
get paid.
Nintendo's been using AI recently, so at least Nintendo of America.
Now you notice that they're never there celebrating their games. Have you noticed whenever they show Pokemon anything, it's merch? Like Pokemon hats.
Yeah, it's merch, Pokemon hats. It's never any of the games. And isn't that weird that Palworld...
Well, I mean, they did show Pokemon Red and Green briefly at the beginning, but other than that, no.
No, at least Palworld's like show game footage of the games. Like Pokemon just shows a little bit and just promotes the merch more than their actual games. It's like, doesn't the merch come from your games? So it's like, it doesn't make sense to not promote your games on your anniversary videos.
Pokemon cards, Pokemon toys, Pokemon shirts, Pokemon backpacks. But no one's ever showing the game. No, that's the thing we care about. Us Palworld fans.
Yeah, we really don't care about the merch. We care more about the games because we're gamers. That's the thing. People do buy the merch, but the gamers, the actual fan base, we don't really care about merch. We care about our video games.
Palworld doesn't even really have much merch. It's getting there, though. Their deal with Sony Music was all about the merch.
But at least Palworld isn't going to just promote merch over the video games. They're still going to promote the games and work on their games. Pokemon's just like, they put more time into the merch than their actual video games.
What we care about is a video game. And the Pokemon company doesn't seem to be making a single one. Well, they did, but that was ass. So if they could at least reveal something, because like, yeah, we get it. You nurtured an...
I'm going to leave the video playing for just a second. I'm going to put my dish in the dishwasher. Just, you can add commentary as the video plays, but I'm going to be just right back in like a second.
Audience of autists, but what do you actually have to offer?
Okay,
I think everybody involved with Pokemon. He's just reminiscing in the past about how far Pokemon's come. Okay.
それでも私たちはビデオゲーム
Here we go.
ポケットモンスターシリーズ
Oh, here we go. Finally, they're talking about a video game. In the end, it took years to complete the first games, Pokemon Red, Pokemon... Oh, never mind.
それでも私
He's still talking about the past.
と一緒になって完成にこぎつけたのです。大変なこともたくさんありましたが
Okay, yes.
ポケモンを交換したりして楽しんでくれています。
Are they going to show us anything at all?
そして次のゲームは
Oh, here we go. Finally, that feeling becomes a major driving force for me as I think about how to produce the next game or the new next game.
もっと楽しんでもらえる
How
に
we can
は
make it even more
どう
enjoyable
した
for
らよい
everyone.
かを考える自分自身の大きな原動力になっています。
Okay.
もはやポケモンは世界中の人々が出会い
Okay.
世界の豊かさや深さ、誰もが楽しめる普遍性を確信しています。今年ポケモンは30周年を迎
30
え、
years of Pokemon.
これからも私たちは
Come on.
世界中の皆さんに
You gotta have something new to
新しい
show.
ポケモンワールドをお届けできるように
Anything for the
力を尽く
fans.
していきますので、引き続き、そして末永くポケモンを楽しんでいただけると嬉しいです。ありがとうございます。
That's it. That's it. That's it. Nothing to show. Not a single new game to show. Nothing. Nothing. These guys are just wasting your time. They don't even care about their fans. Like, you know what they give the fans for their anniversary? Something new to buy. Nothing free. Ever. Every Palworld update has been free. Every single one. The only thing people can think about is
I'm back.
new card releases. Like, does anybody care about the Pokemon games?
No, we do. No, they do not. In fact, the own team doesn't care about it because they're promoting the merch over their video games. So yeah.
Well, there's
No
three
one-
different group divisions involved. There's Pokemon Company International, there's Game Freak, and then there's Nintendo.
Yep.
And Pokemon Company International is on the merchandising side of things. So that checks out. They handle most of the merch shit.
Yeah, but Nintendo and Game Freak are the ones that handle the actual video games, and it seems like they don't even promote the product like that. They just release it, overcharge it, and
I'm surprised they didn't give fans a sneak peek at Winds and Waves, even though people already have leaks of it online.
Well, that's probably why they didn't, because of the leaks. Because when leaks get too big, they just don't even announce it. Because basically, it was already announced for them because everyone already knows.
We only have like limited information on that. I think. I don't know if we don't actually have a build.
I know, but even little leak, like I hate how companies do it like this. But even little leaks will cause a company not to either release the full thing or just not talk about it. I know it's stupid, but that's just how it is. Like a lot of companies, every time a leak happens, it's like, oh, we gotta cancel the project.
Worried about the state of Pokemon? Are we really supposed to just celebrate this intellectual property for existing and nothing more? Because that's what's happening here. A lot of people are celebrating their big 30 this year. Resident Evil celebrating its 30th. Persona celebrating its 30th. Pokemon is celebrating its 30th. If Persona...
And Sonic is celebrating its 35.
Yeah.
Evil do more for fans, that just goes to show you that this company doesn't care. They're not learning anything. They're not doing anything.
They're finally releasing those cards.
Something has
that
gone
should have been
wrong
released
for
30
America's
years ago.
At rates we've never seen before.
30
to come back.
30 years. They're literally 30 years late.
Yeah,
30
those
years
cards
late.
were never localized in English.
At Palworld.
Now
They're perfectly content keeping the franchise as nothing more than slop. The most you have is like Magikarp as on the logo of the 30th anniversary.
Why
Let's see. Not only
Magikarp?
does this Pokemon 30th anniversary merch make me nostalgic, it also makes me so excited. Crazy to think that there's a new starter trio that already exists right now, and they're just waiting to be added to this group of wonderful little monsters. You know what's funny? Nobody ever thinks about these other gens. You ever see anybody talking about Gen 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9? No, you don't. The only memorable gens are Gen 1, 2, and 3. All these other...
Wait, what's
If
that?
you don't know, is that the Monster Collection? If you don't know, Takara Tomy has these little figurines of Pokemon that I have a bunch of. They're called the Monster Collection in Japan. And I used to love them growing up. But, yeah.
Gens, I don't ever see anybody talk about these Pokemon. Like the gay flaming rabbit. You see anybody talk about that? No. All there is merch. Merch is all they have to offer you. At the very least, you get a fat Pikachu plushie. I mean,
the fat
if that's
on the table. I can't help but laugh at that. It's so stupid. He has to go on a diet. He's got a bowl of in front of him.
Enough to get.
I'm
Why
not
does
gonna
he look
lie.
so massive in that picture, though?
I don't know. I think they intentionally did that to make him look massive to basically bring nostalgia back.
You are hard on.
That just Just make him look bigger than he actually is. It's funny. He looks
Yeah.
like he's sitting at a table.
I'm not gonna lie. See, people want to say, "Oh, Triton, you're a Pokemon hater," but I'm not gonna lie. This merch is kind of fire.
Yeah, it's just too bad it's gonna be
enjoy
expensive as fuck.
Yeah, it's expensive as fuck, and the video and the actual game that the merch
Maximum
comes
Chunk
from is
Pikachu
shit.
plush.
Enjoy, I guess. But I guarantee you, there ain't gonna be a single Pokemon product this year that can even match the scale. You know what to do. Subscribe, and with that being
All right, that's the end of this. So, Torin, your final thoughts on Palworld basically trolling the fuck out of Pokemon, and then
I
we'll
love
get
to see it.
I love to see it too. Moody Warrior, are you here? Do you want to give your final thoughts before we get to our final topic? Oh, yes, you are. What's up?
Yes. Well, I honestly believe that that Palworld is one of the best and like one of the best things I have ever seen. Like when it comes to their whole entire how they started out, right, and over time gaining more and more strength, and it's just amazing. It's like you sit back in awe, and it started out with just like trolling a smidge, right, and then all of a sudden you piss off, the Nintendo kicks back because they're the biggest, and then all of a sudden, like, everybody's like, you know what, fuck you, Nintendo. We love we want another what do you call it? Not contributor, but another person to have games from that isn't just your goofy asses. So it's like anybody that wasn't, totally sheltered as a kid to like suck off Nintendo basically looked back and said, you know what? Let's have another game company.
Yep, and honestly, that perspective is really good because that's the thing. They're trolling them, and they basically took all the scraps and trash from Pokemon, made it better, and rubbed it in their face.
Yeah, and I love that about it because it's like coming out with Pokemon that somewhat resemble, but they're also their own unique designs. And they said at first, "Oh, AI, right?" Well, they even went back and actually like did them by hand. The well, not Mons because it would be like Pokemon, but the Pals. They've been doing them by hand now, so it's like this is some cool shit.
All right. So now we're getting to our last topic. This is relating to Nintendo, but it's really, really dark. And honestly, I'm going to go off because this is just disgusting and this is just awful. So apparently, kid shoots dad over Nintendo Switch. What the fuck? What the flying fuck? Can't believe this shit is real, ladies and gentlemen. Like, imagine killing your own family member over something that's overpriced and gay as a Nintendo console. Like, come on. Not only that, but this guy actually looked like a decent dude too, and this kid just looks like a fucking scumbag piece of shit. I hope they try this kid as an adult and he gets the death penalty. I don't care. I know people's like, oh, he's just a kid. I had bad mental issues. I never did something this fucking stupid and retarded as this. There's no excuse for this whatsoever. I don't care how young you are. I don't even care if you're 5. There's no excuse for this.
Here we have this little 11-year-old shitter who
11-year-old. Yeah, I hope the rest of your life is in bars and you go to hell, you fucking stupid kid.
apparently shot his dad over him taking his Nintendo Switch. Yes, you heard that right. This spoiled little brat, as you can see here on our screens right now that I'm, circling with my cursor, who is 11 years old, is now charged as an adult after.
Good. Good. Charge him as an adult for this. Good.
Fatally shooting his father over taking his Nintendo Switch. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this isn't even Gen Z anymore. I'm not gonna blame Gen Z for this because he's too young.
It's not Gen Z. It's what's the generation under us? Like
There's Gen Alpha. I think but here's the weird part. Gen Alpha is only 5 years max, and I think he might actually be a younger generation than Alpha. I don't know why they did that, because a generation used to be like every 20 years. Now they've lowered it to about maybe 5, 10, something like that. It's ridiculous.
No, this is just straight up. It's not even a generational thing. This is just straight up.
Oh yeah,
evil.
No, it's not.
It's straight up evil, corrupting his mind. It's like he's only 11 years old.
This kid was obviously disturbed.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't feel bad. I feel bad for the kid, not because I sympathize what he did. No, I feel bad because imagine being 11 years old and you're already too gone for society. You're already
charged as an adult and going to fucking jail.
You're already charged as an adult, going to jail, and you killed your father, your only role model that you had. Not even because you got abused, not because something actually happened.
He was just punishing for misbehaving. Exactly.
It's like, come on.
To be Gen Z, believe it.
There are little abusive parents that abuse their kids for like 18, 20 years that are still alive to this day. So if those kids that get abused every single day haven't killed the parents, then there's definitely no excuse of this. There's no excuse for this whatsoever. This kid definitely, I'm sorry, you're too far gone. I know you're only 11 years old, but the fact that you did this to your own father over Nintendo's console just shows you're too far gone, and yeah, you fucked up. You fucked up too much. You deserve the death penalty, and I hope the worst for you. And I know people want to say I'm being mean, but this guy literally fucking fucked up his own life.
They're not. Most of Gen Z are now adults, young adults now. This is Gen Alpha. And I just gotta say, as bad as people think Gen Z is, brother in Christ, Gen Alpha, and then Gen Beta after them, Gen Beta are basically infants right now, are probably gonna be uncomparable to our generation. And by the way,
in fact, Gen Z is not even bad. It's mainly the boomers that are bad. The boomers are just slander. There's so much slander and mispropaganda on Gen Z by the boomers. But it's just like, bro. But back to the topic, it's just like there's no excuse for this. This kid's stupid. In fact, this shows that Nintendo fans really need to have their minds checked. They really do. It's because that's the thing. Like for Tango Show, there's literally people pointing guns at innocent civilians over Pokemon cards. Like Pokemon fans, Nintendo fans, they need their minds checked. They need their brains checked. They need their brains examined. And if you're going to do something like this, even if it's let's say someone did it over Palworld, I would feel the same way. Because video games are not that deep. Video games are a hobby, not a necessity.
if I sound a little congested right now, it is because I am. Apologies, I'm still recovering from my illness. But I just gotta say, I've never heard, this is the first time I've heard of any kid shooting.
This is probably the craziest story I ever heard in such a long time, guys. This is one of the craziest. As soon as I saw this last night, I knew I had to cover it tonight because this is crazy. This is fucking insane. I never even this is just so insane that Nintendo fans and people in general have gotten this evil and this disgusting that they're killing their parents over a console, over a gaming console.
Their dad over a Nintendo Switch. Now, maybe in the past, somebody has killed their parent over taking their phone, their computer, grounding them, in some way, shape, or form.
Those kids are just as evil, and they deserve the death penalty just like this kid. I'm sorry. I know they're just kids, but if you're that too far gone at a young age where you're just killing your parents over stupid shit, then you don't deserve to be in society. You don't.
But
you're a danger to society. You're definitely a future school shooter.
Specifically for a Nintendo Switch. It's crazy, and yeah, you guys can see the dad right here in this post. It's just insane.
I got your pizza. Hi!
We should order pizza every game.
Before you watch the biggest games, make sure you've got...
The family was in this home celebrating their son's 11th birthday. That's when court
I didn't know
documents
your bro
say
was in
their
an
son
advertisement
found.
for Pizza Hut.
What?
You heard me, chat. I didn't know your bro was in an advertisement for Pizza
Oh my
Hut.
god. Yeah. Wait, this was on this kid's birthday that he did this?
Jesus Christ.
Jesus fucking. Oh my god. This is
They weren't even related, too. Adopted father.
honestly
That kid's ungrateful as fuck.
really ungrateful. Super ungrateful.
A gun and shot his adopted father. This happened Tuesday around 3 a.m. when state police arrived.
Man, there are a lot of bad foster parents. I'm sure this guy wasn't even a bad foster parent at all. Come on. This is so like this world is so stupid. Like you have literal foster parents that abuse their kids every single day, but yet their kids have morals and they're like, you know what? I've been abused, but I ain't gonna kill them. I ain't gonna do anything like that. Then you got this scumbag who actually got it and got a good home to go to, just killing his adoptive father over a Nintendo Switch, ending it all over a Switch that is overpriced and gay and not even fun to play on. That was a publicity thing. Like, this is bullshit.
A young boy named Clayton Dietz had a bloody lip and injuries around his eye. Court documents do not explain how he was hurt. The documents do say, however...
Probably because the father was trying to defend himself. And honestly, if a kid tried killing me, man, you wouldn't just have a broken
lip. The kid had a gun, too.
Yeah. But that's the thing. I would try my best. I would honestly take that gun and shoot him and take the charges.
The only way I can think of is either the dad tried to take the gun away from him, and that's when he got shot and tried to hit him in the face and stuff to get him to drop the gun, or the dad was throwing shit at him trying to get him to back off.
I mean, honestly, I would too, especially if it over a Nintendo Switch.
Unless the child getting hit was what sparked the shooting.
I don't know. Let's hear more details of it.
They said
that Clayton was looking for his Nintendo Switch, which was taken away from him when he found the revolver in a safe inside the home.
Now, I just gotta say, I don't know what caused his facial injuries. They say that he had a swollen lip or something like that, a bloody eye. You know, kind of sounds like abuse to me, but let's be honest here, because I don't want to make any definitive assumptions. Could have been abuse, could have been self-inflicted. We don't know. There's a lot of crazy people, crazy kids.
I doubt it. I doubt it was abuse. I think the dad was just trying to defend himself, and the kid just, that's the thing. If you see a kid with a gun pointing a gun at you, you ain't gonna care if it's a kid. You're gonna try to fucking take it out of his hand.
Yeah,
and
it's basic survival.
Basic survival.
Society. But I just gotta say, how could you even possibly...
Even if you are being abused, it's like, come on. I've been abused when I was younger, and I never killed my parents. Like that's the thing. Did your
parents have gun safes?
I mean, my dad my dad wasn't abusive, but my dad had like a pistol. But I never even thought. That's the thing. I never even thought like that. I never thought of taking my dad's pistol and doing that. Like, you don't think like as a normal kid, even if you are going through stuff at home, you don't think like that.
The only thing I can think of is if there was if it was abuse, the only thing I can think of is it was continued abuse, and if a kid was literally at his breaking point. That's the only way.
Yeah, and even then, it's like, if that was the case, then my take kind of differs, but I still think the kid definitely does not need to be on the street. He definitely needs to be in a mental... Like, if it was because of abuse, I would say he still get charged, but he needs to also be in a mental asylum as well.
I don't know if it's a good idea to put a kid in, like, a state prison or something, so...
I mean, but let's be real. If he did this over the console and there was no abuse and it was just the console, he deserves state prison. He deserves a death penalty because that's bullshit.
Go from getting your Nintendo Switch taken away from you because you were maybe acting bad, maybe on top of that also getting a whooping because you're a problem child, to then all of a sudden thinking that it would be a bright idea to gun down your dad or your adopted dad in the situation. So wherever the hell the real father is, he's still alive. The stepdaddy who stepped up to take care of this child. The dad took the Switch, so the son grabbed the Switch and switched them on down. This is crazy.
Troopers say that he then took the gun and shot his father in bed next to his mother. 42-year.
Okay, that's a bit unusual.
Yeah, that's how you know that it wasn't even.
There's something up there.
There's something up. It's either the media is giving misinformation or he got the injury himself by falling or something.
Or it happened. They didn't say it if the wounds were fresh, though. That's the thing.
Or it could have been the the mother probably woke up to the father being shot and probably started beating the fuck out of him. I would, if I was his wife, I would do that.
Oh yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense.
It could have been. They probably just didn't want to name the mother in it to probably protect her from backlash. Because let's be honest, people are going to be like, "Oh, that's abuse," even though the child literally killed her husband.
Yeah. There's a lot of things that could have happened. That's the crazy part. But now that we know this, we can narrow it down a bit.
Yeah. So it seems like he got shot in bed. So it's either he was defending himself in bed or his wife woke up.
I think it's implied that he was sleeping. So it probably the gunshot probably woke the mom up. Alternatively, the injuries were not fresh and it happened like a previous day or something.
Then it's either that he got abused or something happened. Even then, it's like if he got abused, obviously I don't support that, and that's more understanding. But even then, like abuse is not an excuse to go rogue like that, because there's several people that I know, like in my personal life, that have been like abused really bad, and they still have a positive mindset, because at the end of the day, it's like you just gotta go. You just have to look for Jesus Christ, and not only that, but you also have to fight the abuse in the ways you can. I know it's hard to, and DCF like needs to do better at stuff like that. But let's be real. Even if you are being abused, it's not an excuse just to go kill your parents, unless your parents are actually trying to kill you. Then I'm like, you know what? That's self-defense. But if they're not killing you and they're just, hitting you, it's like, yeah, you need to do something, but do it the right way. Call DCF, call the law. Don't ruin your life over it.
Yeah.
Don't give them the power and basically ruin your entire life because, you've been abused, or, I got my Nintendo console Switch taken away. It's like, none of this is that deep. Even, like, abuse is not that deep, because at the end of the day, it's like once you're an adult and you get through all the hardships, you can be the change. You can actually be the change in your family bloodline to not be like your family and to actually, like, make a better change, raise your kids better, and actually be a better person. Because God puts you in these situations for you to be the better person, not for you to be just as bad or worse.
Yeah.
Dietz was found dead. In the interview room, his wife said she woke up to the sound of a gunshot. Then her son confessed to her, saying, quote, "I killed my dad. I hate myself," end quote.
Wow. Want to know what that reminds me of?
I want to kill my mom. I want to kill my dad. I want to kill my grandma.
You. Just you.
Yes, that was a
building
real
your app
video.
Yes, I know it was.
On base
but
44.
What the fuck? I've never saw that before.
This is just.
No, this was posted all over Instagram. In fact, people make a meme about it. But yeah. See, that's how you know, like, kids are just getting... It's not even just kids, it's just the world's just getting more and more corrupt. And I blame the boomers, because the boomers put this negative energy out into the media, because the boomers control the media, they control what's on social medias, and they put all this negative propaganda stuff for the younger generations to basically rebel against their parents, just so they can kind of have all this mayhem.
This is why you have to watch these little kids nowadays, man. Just literally grounding them over bad behavior can possibly lead to you being in the ground yourself, because they want to kill you. Like, I can't believe this little shitter right here, this spoiled, entitled brat, really upped the pole on his stepdad, who probably got him the Nintendo Switch too, just because he took it away temporarily. Honestly, for one, this is why I would never leave any guns, like, just laying around casually.
That's another thing. I'll criticize even though the parents
What
dead.
I want to know is how the kid got into the gun safe.
It's why, what I think, which he probably explains it more in the video, but it's probably because the dad was a dumbass and didn't lock his gun safe. Like, it's very important.
Either that or he somehow knew the code to the gun safe.
It's very important. Even if your kid's not a dangerous threat, it's really important to lock your gun safe because kids are stupid. They just go in there thinking it's a toy gun and just act like there's accidents that happen all the time because dumbass parents don't lock the gun safe. And
See? Girls are stupid. To heck if a gun is loaded, you should always point it away from you at an immigrant or a banker.
Yay! Anyways, so yeah, there's just, parents who are stupid that just leave their safes unlocked and they wonder, oh, why did my kids shoot themselves on accident? It's because you're a dumbass.
To where a sick child like this can have access to it. Number two, respectfully, I'm probably never going to become a stepdad unless I raised you since you were a little baby and I instilled all my values into you.
Yeah, that's how I'm not going to become a stepdad unless I meet your mother at when you're a young age, you know what I mean? When you're young and and you basically know me as dad. But me coming in and you're 11 or 12, no, I can't. Because if you're already developed and your brain's already developed and
hello?
Hello? Hello?
What's up?
What the hell happened?
We're in the middle of a segment. Have you not been listening?
I think he dozed off again.
Who, me?
No, Booty Warrior.
Oh. But yeah, we're covering kids shooting dad over Nintendo Switch. And yes, this is a real story, unfortunately. And it just makes me mad. It really does. It makes me sick to my stomach.
If I come later in your life, I can't trust you. I'm sorry.
Exactly, and that's how I am too. And Destiny's right here. If I come in later into your life and you're 11, 12, or a teenager, then I can't really trust you because you're going to have resentment towards me.
Respectfully, whatever traumas you have from your dad.
Also, Gatler, are you saying something?
Yeah, I was gonna say, so this whole situation, I was gonna say right off the rip when we had started in on it, but I just decided to let it play. I would imagine if it is a stepdad situation, and with the mom and all that shit, usually just shooting your stepdad constitutes psychological trauma to begin with that predates the I'm saying there was a trigger before he pulled the trigger. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's this definitely is some trigger because it just doesn't make sense that a kid would actually do this over a Nintendo console. There's definitely something if the media hold on, I just want to say this: if the media is leaving out crucial information that changes this entire story, and I found out about it, I'll definitely come and say, you know what? I still don't agree with the kid shooting his stepdad because at the end of the day, it's why are you going to ruin your life over it? But I wouldn't be as harsh on the kid. But as far as we know, the only information we have is the kid did it over a Nintendo console. And if it's just that and it's no abuse or anything like that, then the kid's a scumbag. But if there is, abuse or something that caused the trigger, then it's the kid kind of has a little bit of sympathy points, but there's still no defending it. He just needs to get mental help ASAP because you can't have someone like that on the streets or in schools or anything like that. It's just not a good risk. It's not a risk worth taking. That's why it's no matter
I don't know
what.
if you were awake for it or not, but the kid apparently did have
had a busted lip and had some form of abuse injury. So the media could have
supposedly abuse injuries. We don't know for sure what they were exactly. The media didn't say. They said they didn't know what they were from.
All right, let's continue this because it's only 8 minutes, so we can definitely finish it. We can give conclusion and all that.
Well, there was one other thing because my mom's a nurse, right, and she knows medical type shit. She said that there's another factor if it's not abuse, right? Which she said it most likely was abuse prior to this. But the other thing is that he could be a literal like mentally what do they call it?
Schizo?
No, not a schizo, because they won't do that right off the rip either. A psychopath? No, a serial. One of the there.
You mean wait? You mean sociopath?
Yeah, I think that's it. There's like one of them where they're just born that way and they'll literally kill without remorse. Like
apparently this family was a foster family. Was he?
The kid does have remorse though. That's the thing.
Yeah, because apparently the kid confessed to his mom, said, "Hey, I killed dad and I hate myself." So it's like, kid definitely could be saved, but it's like as of now, he definitely needs to go get mental help or need to do some sort of punishment because
they won't give it to him though. That's absurd, giving an 11-year-old life in prison.
Yeah, I mean maybe not life in prison, but he
it depends on the state. I have heard about 13-year-olds getting thrown in prison.
But it just depends on if he can if first they need to do a mental evaluation and see how he is, and if he's better in 10, 20 years, then let him go. But it's so hard because you don't want to let him on the street because the fact he's already doing this at 11 years old just shows even if it is abuse, he still will do it no matter what. Once you kill someone, once you have the intent to kill, that intent and that urge does not go away easy. And that's why it's you got to just be careful with dealing with kids like that. It's I know a lot of people don't want to give harsh punishments to kids, but it's if he's already doing that at 11 years old, then it's you kind of have no choice but to either put him in a mental evaluation or put him in jail for the rest of his life. Because if you can't change him, then you can't release him on the street because you don't want him doing that shit again, and you don't want him becoming a future problem.
My mom said put him in a psych ward.
Yeah, I agree with that. He needs to be put in a psych ward, 100,000%. I agree with that.
Unbeknownst to me, can have me killed or clapped because you feel some type of way. You want to crash out because I grounded you and took your Nintendo Switch away. Bro, not saying a kid I raised from the inception of him popping out of my woman's womb couldn't possibly clap me either. But I'm just saying the probability is drastically lower. And the crazy thing is, check this.
Honestly, though, my policy is never, ever marry a chick with kids. Because for one, you need to have your own kids. Two, being a step-parent, especially in kids' later life, is just not a good idea.
Unless you just absolutely love kids, don't do it.
Or, if you really do love the woman and you get along with the kid and the woman has a good relationship with the kid and gets the kid to like you and not, do this shit to you, then that's fine. But it's it's really hard because a lot of kids that don't have their biological parents around, they don't really have good relationship with their mothers either. And sometimes too, if it's not the kid that's the threat, it's the crazy biological parents. Because I've seen cases where biological parents just go and murder the step parents because they feel oh, you're coming into my woman's life and you're trying to replace me. Fuck you. You're dying now. And yeah, there are biological parents that think that way. And honestly, that is a stupid way of thinking, but they do think like that, unfortunately.
Out.
Before the shooting, she told troopers that they put their son to bed while singing happy birthday to him. Neighbors who knew the family say this violence was very out of character for the young boy.
Oh, they always say out of character. Yeah. Oh, he was a good boy. There were no signs before.
What? The fact before... Wait. So this doesn't make sense. I'm not going to lie. There are several flaws in this story. He had an injury, but then they were singing him happy birthday, and then all of a sudden, he just woke up because he's oh, I don't have my Nintendo Switch. I'm going to go kill my dad. That doesn't make sense. There's definitely stuff they left out. Now that I'm getting more into the video, there's definitely a lot of stuff that I feel that the media left out.
Not. It could be that we just don't have all the pieces, and the police.
He was such a sweet.
All the information.
I'm sure there's more. Yeah, I'm sure there's more. There's a little more information in the video, but from watching it last night, that's all we got was just basically. Yeah. It's just I don't know.
child.
I don't know. Maybe it's just he got the injury himself, because that's the only explanation I could think. Because I don't even think the media would leave out, especially because the left would defend the kid more if he was abused, because the left thinks that just because you're abused or that something happens to you negative, that you could be negative back and just kill people. So, like, if there was abuse, you would think the media would try to like run with that narrative, because that's what they do.
Anytime one of these kids kills, claps someone, ups the pole on someone, they want to say they were the sweetest child on honor roll. They were going to be a doctor, a scientist. They had such a bright future ahead of them.
That's what they do, because they're trying to over-exaggerate the situation and trying to make it seem like as out of pocket, but it's not really out of pocket. Like, that's the thing too. The neighbors don't really need to be saying anything, because yeah, they're neighbors. They live near the family, but you don't know. No one knows what happens behind closed doors, and that's why it's like kind of hard for me to really make a judgment on this, because it's so hard to know what happened in closed doors, because behind the closed doors, everything changes. Everything changes. The environment changes. People are not who they say they are behind the closed doors. Like, not everyone's like me. That is myself 24/7. Like, people just change. I've seen it so many times. Good people changing to a piece of shit behind closed doors, just like that. So you really do not know what happened behind closed doors. So them saying, he's a sweet boy. It's like, maybe he was a sweet boy to y'all, to, the outsiders, but inside, deep down, he probably wasn't a sweet boy. He probably was mentally troubled. He probably was not out of character. Y'all probably just didn't see the signs because you guys were not behind closed doors where the lights were off, where the cameras were off, where everything's like off, where it's just him and the father and the mother.
Yeah, right. Now, one comment I do want to point out, someone said, are they just going to gloss over the fact that the kid was injured? Like, did the parents exclude the fact that they beat him previously, or did he get beat after shooting the father before enforcement came? How the F you're going to say something like that and not document it in court? Yeah. So that is a good point right there. I don't know.
That is a good point, because if he was abused before the shooting, then that changes everything. Yeah, I mean, that doesn't defend what the kid did, but that changes everything from...
Okay, back. I'm probably going to have to take a dump in a little while.
All right, you're good. But anyways, like I was saying, it's like, it changes the whole situation. Like, if the kid was actually abused beforehand, then it wasn't because of the Nintendo Switch. It was because...
What the hell does that mean? Dwayne The Rock Johnson as the fucking Dora the Explorer?
I don't know. That's kind of funny.
Speculatively, he could have been abused, which would then presumably lead to him possibly shooting his stepfather in the night. Now, obviously, that's just a huge assumption. That is just pure speculation. And it wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility for a kid sick enough to shoot his stepdad, in the dead of night with a gun to possibly end up having self-inflicted wounds to make it look like he was being abused. Like, there are psychotic people out there who will fake injuries, run their faces into...
That's another thing, too. Destiny does bring up a good point too, is like that people will fake, even as young as him, like they'll fake injuries, they'll go hit their head on the table.
Destiny, like, while we're watching his videos.
Oh no, this is not wrong.
Oh, it's not that Destiny. Okay.
No, it's not the left-wing retard. This guy's a commentator known as Just Destiny.
Oh, Just Destiny. Okay.
Yeah, and honestly, I like Just Destiny's videos because he's not even political like that. He gives his analysis.
Yeah, sorry, I thought it was the political retard.
No, it wasn't. We would never. If we watched a Destiny video, it would be to shit on him. I do not like that guy. I'll never like that guy.
Too hard.
His own son hates him because his
yeah, I heard that.
His son's in a few group chats I'm in, and he talks shit about his dad so much.
Objects to make it as if they were previous.
Yeah, I think so, because he was on Pod Awful, like shit talking his dad and shit.
That's so funny.
Apparently, he has a really good relationship with his mother, though, so that's good. At least one parent.
Hurt by another individual, so I would not be shocked. You guys can have your opinions in the comment section. What do you think about that? Obviously, they're gonna have to investigate whether this kid was being abused in that household or not, and if they can verify that, then that'll literally just change the entire optics of the story.
Like I said, that would change.
Why is there security camera footage of the top of my head?
Assuming he's not like clinically crazy, but still at face value, a kid killing his dad, his stepdad, whatever, same shit, right? His guardian over what they're saying was over a confiscated Nintendo Switch. Is crazy.
But according to court documents, Clayton's mom says he was upset when he was told to go to bed and had his Nintendo Switch taken away. He admitted to police that he got the key to the gun from his father's drawer.
So this was literally premeditated. It's not like this was an accident. There's no way a gun just magically fell inside his hand.
Oh no, this definitely was on purpose. But the question is, was he abused or was it actually over? Yeah, the driving force. Was it because he was abused or was it actually over a stupid words? And if it was over Nintendo Switch, then I say burn the kid in fucking hell. But if it was over abuse, it's like I can't really say that because at the end of the day, it's like if you are abusing a kid, it's like it doesn't mean you should go kill your parents just because you got abused. But however,
Dan wants in, I think.
Dan wants in. Is he in?
Oh
yeah, there he is.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, sorry for being late, bro. Sorry for being late. What's going on?
Nothing much. We're watching a story from Just Destiny of a kid supposedly killing he killed his father over a Nintendo console, supposedly.
That's fucking stupid.
But the question is, we don't know because the media doesn't really give good information on it. We don't know if it's because of the console itself or is it because he's been abused. Because apparently the kid did have a lip injury.
Fuck. I know. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be completely fucking honest, right? Okay? So there's no way this kid would just randomly fucking kill somebody over a fucking Nintendo console unless they're a fucking psychopath. Now, how do psychopaths how the fuck do they come in the world? Well, either way, this kid was probably fucking abused, okay? Let's just be real there. It could be, small forms of abuse or fucking extreme. But
Well, he did have a busted lip, apparently, when he was busted. So.
He had a busted lip.
Yeah.
And my take on it is, even if he was abused, it's like it makes
he had
it
a few
more
other injuries too.
Wait, hold on.
That was the main
hold on. I just want to give Dan my take real quick.
Yeah, fair enough.
Like,
Shut the fuck up, Glitch.
All right. Anyways, so if he was abused, I still don't agree with him killing like his abusive parents because it's like, bro, that you shouldn't ruin your life over abusive parents. But however, it will change the story and it'll make me have a little bit of sympathy because originally, before I covered it, I was like, man, if the kid actually killed his parents over the Nintendo Switch, it was not abused, then he should burn in hell. But if he was abused, I don't really think that he should burn over it, but he definitely needs to needs to be put in a psych ward for it. Yeah, but I'll need it back. Yeah.
I'll just say, fuck.
Go ahead.
It's kind of difficult to fucking, like, on one hand, right? You shouldn't kill your parents if they're abusing you, but on the other hand, I do absolutely understand.
Like, I understand.
No matter what you do, you're gonna get fucked up. You can beat the fuck out of your parents, and you're still fucking going to jail. To be honest, I think beating the shit out of them, letting them know who the fuck is the real problem and who is not going to take the shit anymore, I think that's the best course of action. But either way, you're going to jail for domestic battery.
Yep. Either way, you're fucking up your life.
But the problem is, our system in place is just so fucking retarded. Even when that shit does happen, if you run away. Like in some of these states, if you run away, you're even as a kid from an abusive household, you're a fucking criminal, dude. You can't teen runaways. That's a crime, bro. In like most of the South, it's like, what the fuck?
In fact,
the system failed. If this kid was getting abused, the system did fail this kid if he actually was getting abused, and the Nintendo console was probably the straw that broke the fucking camel's back, to be honest.
It probably was. That's what I'm thinking.
Because the kid probably used the Nintendo to fucking, escape from reality, have a little bit of, normalcy or, distraction from how shitty. And then the dad takes it away after he's been abusing, allegedly, if this is the situation. Yeah, I'd fucking snap too. I mean, here's the thing. I had something similar like that happen in my childhood, right? I mean, I didn't kill my dad. I fucking tackled him and fucking just took my shit back.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, if he just did that, I wouldn't even cover that.
He'd
like
still
that.
go to jail for it though.
I mean, he's still going.
technically
Yeah,
that's
he's
just
still going.
domestic battery.
Yeah. He's
fucking
hold on.
stupid.
Wait, hold on. He still would go to jail, but his whole life would be like he would like once he got out of jail, he would be able to fight the charges and have the charges dropped. But murder, is different. Yeah.
So here's the thing. How old was the kid?
11.
Okay, yeah, I get that.
That's why. Yeah, that's
so
why
he's still gonna be able to.
have...
His life isn't gonna be fucking ruined. Where did this happen at? In America?
Yeah, in America.
Oh, dude, you know what's fucking crazy about that? He's probably gonna have here's the thing. He will be in juvenile detention or something like that until he's an adult. All right, make no fucking mistake. However, let me be completely and utterly fucking clear. If the defense rules that he was being abused, there is a process where he can absolutely get that charge. Just you know how like when you steal and shit as a minor, you can have your charges just fucking swept under the rug. Nobody can get them except for like the federal government or some shit.
Yeah,
he could definitely do that with the murder if he actually was being abused. There's definitely a possibility.
But one thing I want to say too, if he was not being abused and the story was he just killed his dad over a stupid Nintendo console, I don't care how young he is. If that was the case and he was not being abused, and I just want to make it clear, it's only if he's not being abused I support this. If he wasn't being abused and he was just a psychopath,
fuck him. Yeah, throw him in the cell.
Put him in the electric chair, death penalty. He's a threat to society. If he's already doing shit over stupid shit like this, killing people over Nintendo Switches, he's not abused whatsoever.
Yeah, fucking throw him in a ditch.
Threat.
Throw him in a fucking ditch, right?
But however, if he was
you want to kill an 11-year-old and throw him in a ditch? Yeah, he already killed somebody. We're not going to do this shit where we're not going to do this fucking shit that the UK does. Whenever a minor commits a massively heinous crime, they sweep it under the fucking rug when they turn an adult, and they don't actually tell them to fix their shit, and they do more horrible shit. We're not fucking doing that here, bro.
Yeah,
we're gonna fucking get rid of the problem, and we're gonna fucking solve it.
And the only way, that I would even have any sympathy for this kid is if he was
actually being abused.
Yes.
Yeah.
There we go. All right, let's finish this video.
Yeah.
And a gun that was stored inside of a case that required a key. It's not like this kid just woke up, he was a sleepwalker, had the gun magically in his hand and just accidentally shot his dad in the head. Like, no, this was a very cynical, calculated.
It was on purpose. It was
on purpose. But what drives a kid to fucking do that, to be honest? Like a kid this kid was 11 years old. What causes him to be this cold and detached?
Well, apparently,
psychopath. His parents obviously didn't give him the care he needed when he was a fucking baby.
So, I don't mean to interrupt. I want to give you this context. He was adopted.
Oh fuck!
So that's why he has a little psychotic mindset, because he probably was abused by his blood parents, and that abuse probably made him if the dad didn't abuse him and he fucking did it over Nintendo Switch, it was probably because he got abused by his biological parents.
Premeditated all the words to describe someone planning something out in this cold-blooded fashion. And one commenter says, these kids don't know how to regulate their emotions. I got mad at my parents growing up, but the thought of annihilation never crossed my mind.
Yeah, because your parent didn't beat the shit out of you coming home drunk, waiting to start shit with you. Shut the fuck up, nerd ass bitch. Fuck are you on about? You ever had somebody who's been you're fucking minding your own fucking business, playing on fucking Xbox with your fucking friends, okay? You had a good day at school. You're waiting for your dad to come home to give him a nice fucking report that you actually finally had a good fucking day at school for once. He comes in, storms in, drunk as shit, and he's just trying to start shit with you like, you got an A? I don't believe you got a fucking A. Why aren't you doing your fucking homework? Hey, take your fucking Xbox because they don't fucking believe any fucking word you say because they're so fucking drunk out of their fucking mind, and you just fucking snap. You think you want to kill them, but fuck that. I can't do that. That's actually really bad. To be fair, the kid way out of fucking line. If this was abuse, dude, fuck the killing shit. Don't do that. That's even dude, you will get away with beating the shit out of your dad. But if you fucking kill him, you're fucking stupid.
I want to say something because I've had trouble, childhood troubles actually. And I can actually say I never thought of doing that because at the time, my mindset wasn't even like killing. I was just like, my mindset was, I want to get out of this situation as quickly as possible and actually get out of here. Because when I thought about like killing, I was like, wait a minute, killing solves nothing. Because for one, it'd make my life worse. Two, even though my parents are abusive, they're still my parents. They still brought me into this world at the end of the day. So it's like the killing thing's just not like, that's why like I
didn't have anybody to rely on. I couldn't fucking go to somebody for help. So I thought the only way to deal with it was just to fucking, you know.
Even then, it's like I couldn't.
But I didn't fucking follow through with it.
Hold on. I had that same situation, but I never followed through or even did it because at the end of the day, I knew it would just make it worse. Like your life would just be over if you did something like that.
Yeah, if you're really thinking about annihilating your fucking parents to where they're fucking dead, your parents and you also have a fucking problem. Okay, both of you have a fucking problem. If your parents are abusive, don't kill them. That's gonna mess up everything. You're not gonna be able to do shit as an adult unless you're like actually have definitive proof you're being abused. I'd say just fucking grab like a fucking towel and start beating the shit out of them with it or something. Not any object that could kill them, but enough to leave a fucking mark, right? Enough like that. Or just fucking tackle him and take your shit back and be like, dude, motherfucker, quit taking my shit.
Yeah.
When I did that to my father, he was drunk. I fucking tackled him and I was like, where's my fucking shit? I grabbed it and I said, don't fucking take this shit again. It's not fucking yours. He didn't do it again, but he still started shit when he was drunk. He just never took the Xbox again after that.
There are some evil, abusive, negligent parents out there, individuals who thrive off of others' suffering. I'm not saying these parents are this type, but they are out there.
They are out there, but doesn't mean you kill them.
Exactly.
So, through this investigation with this child and his mother, we're going to see if they were actually...
my whole take on it, and I'll let the video...
Hold on, they're doing an investigation. Let's actually hear the investigation.
Abusing him or not. Time will tell.
And that is when police say the boy told them that he went inside that safe looking for his Nintendo Switch and instead got the gun, took it out, and allegedly shot his father in the head.
Bruh. Whoa. So... wow. I don't know what to say about that specifically, but clearly this kid was crazy. There's no way in hell, unless I was severely abused as a child, like repeatedly for years, would I ever have the gall to even go looking for my Nintendo Switch, thinking it's in a case, locked, get the key, unlock it, find that there's not a Nintendo Switch in there, but a gun, and in my annoyance or anger, decide to then pick up that gun, cock it, aim it at my dad's head, and bang. That's clearly not normal.
When a juvenile is charged with murder, they automatically begin as charged as an adult.
Which is the case for Clayton right now, but that could change through what's called decertification.
And decertification is a filing where the defense tries to say the individual should be prosecuted in the juvenile justice system for a variety of reasons.
That's up to a judge, and whatever they decide will make a huge difference.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I just got to say this is a crazy ass case. And yeah, this is making me not want to have kids. Like, I know that I'm probably going to be a fantastic father, of course. I'm going to be loving, caring, and all the sweet little things, but I'm also going to be strict. We're going to have a tight program, and I'm probably not going to raise my kids along the lines of public schooling with the majority.
All right, so
that's what they literally all fucking say, dude. That's what they all fucking say.
See, but that's the thing. What they need to understand is actions speak louder than words. Like when I'm a father, I'm gonna do my best.
I mean, I don't know. I don't fucking know about you, right? I don't know about you, but he's like, I wouldn't have the goal to go look for the shit that my parents took from me, motherfucker. I tried that all the time. Yeah, some people think differently, but still, I do think that grabbing the gun and shooting your fucking stepfather in the head. Yeah, you're a fucking idiot. And if you weren't abused and you did that, fucking put you in the electric chair and fucking let God sort it out, you fucking demon. Yeah, that's what I think. I don't care if you're fucking 5 years old or 15 years old. You fucking do that, you're done, brher.
That's what I said at the beginning of the. Yeah,
I said out of here.
I said that at the beginning of the segment. Like
we have fucking 11-year-olds in the fucking hood shooting motherfuckers. We can't take these chances. It don't matter if they're white, black, or whatever. Oh, especially like in the hood, it makes more sense, bro. Over a fucking Nintendo console, get this motherfucker out of here.
Yeah,
Make
get
an
the
example
fuck out of
him,
here,
fucking dumbass. If
at
you're
least...
not actually being abused and you're just mad because your dad took your fucking console, act like a real fucking kid and either take it back or fucking tackle your dad and take it back for your fucking self, right? If your dad really is abusive, motherfucker, like, come on, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, my final thing is, if he was not abusive, then honestly, this kid has no hope, and he should never be able to walk the streets again.
I will say this, okay? Here's a caveat. I do believe a lot of people deserve second chances, but that murder shit, it's kind of putting me off. I don't want to say this. But if he does express heavy remorse, which he didn't seem to in the fucking interview tapes, I'd say fucking charge him as an adult, but don't kill him.
Apparently, he did confess to the mother and said that, I hate myself. I shot daddy, but it's like,
I don't know. How are we going to know if that's fucking genuine? We didn't see it on camera, bro. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's another thing. So we don't even know.
Another thing, right? And like, fucking, at the end of the day, it's up to the jury to decide if they want to charge him as an adult or put him through the juvenile system. No, it's actually not the jury. It's the judge who makes that decision. But the jury will decide the outcome of the trial.
Yeah.
Good thing I'm not on the jury because I'd fuck shit up. I'd be like, dude, you're fucking stupid. How did you how were you abused? If so, still, killing your dad is fucking retarded. You should just beat the fuck out of him and let him know that abuse is not okay and that you're not going to fucking take it. But killing him, bro, he ain't going to learn his lesson. You're fucking stupid. Now you just ruined your life. Get the fuck out of here, dumbass, right?
Mm-hmm. And that's my take right there. Is like, because I've actually dealt with stuff like that before, and it's like I've never end up doing that because at the end of the day, it's like it's not worth it.
I guarantee you, 9 out of 10 fucking Gen Xers have dealt with the same shit. But in
fact, I've actually know like a few of my personal like friends IRL who've ran away from home and dealt with like actual abuse, but they never killed their parents. They just ran away from the situation. And I think that's better than doing this shit.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm a different type of person. I'm very fucking intense. So very well, I might actually be an outlier here. I actually have thought about killing my dad before for that shit, but I've never done it because, to be honest, he doesn't fucking deserve to die. He didn't. Plus, it's a waste of energy, and it ruins not just one life, 2 lives. All right, it's fucking bad, dude. It's fucking bad. Yeah, I fucking hit him, bro. When he fucking steps overboard with this fucking abuse shit with the alcohol. Yeah, fuck that. I'm gonna fucking hit you, bro. I don't give a fuck. Fuck that. The only reason why I can say this now is because I'm actually not in the house with him anymore. Newsflash, I'm in Florida. Triton IRL stream soon. Triton IRL stream.
Definitely soon. Probably this weekend. This weekend we could
Let's do a fucking drinking stream, motherfucker. But yeah. Fuck.
Yo, you have a we can talk about it more. We have a way to get drinks because I'm willing to.
Yeah, I have a fucking way, man.
All right, because
I have a way with the bartenders around here. Anyway, so. Is this the last topic? If it is,
yeah, that was the last topic.
Fuck.
But I could.
Jim, you need to fucking start talking more, dude. I swear to fucking God, bro.
He talked a little bit, but the topics we covered, which you can give you a quick analysis on, but we covered Nicolas Maduro being captured, Trump trying to go after Greenland, Palworld trolling the fuck out of Pokemon, and this
again.
Okay, of course. So here, let's do quick summaries. Nick Maduro captured. The fucking picture of when Nick Maduro's like blindfolded with the headphones on in the tracksuit. Dr. Disrespect being abducted by special operations, bro. What the fuck? Dude, that was funny. Also, I don't care that Nick Maduro was fucking captured by the American military. In fact, neither do the Venezuelans. If anybody has a problem with that, you're fucking retarded. The problem you should have is that Trump didn't get congressional approval for it, which, to be fair, is kind of still up in the water there. He deployed a special forces team into the country. He didn't declare war. But I think the issue with why it's a gray area is he used the Navy to fucking, distract some shit, right? At first, then see, it's very fucking gray. Okay, there's a very well now that I'm looking further into this, it's very well an argument to be made. He didn't have to get Congress's approval, But there's also an argument to be made that he absolutely should have gotten Congress's approval first, right? There's two. It's like a line in the sand that is kind of partially like you don't know it's there, but you kind of know there was something there, right? That sort of thing.
Yeah.
Another thing, Trump wants Greenland. Hey, dumbass. No, you already did a good decision by capturing Maduro. You're gonna try and fucking ruin it with Greenland. Also, here's your fucking issue, bro. Here's your issue. The U.S. politicians are so fucking retarded. The only reason we want Greenland is because we realize how big of a threat fucking China is now. You know what we do? China and Russia don't really fucking like each other, but they have the same They did have the same ideological fucking consistency of communism until the 1990s, right? While we were so busy focusing on the fucking Russians and trying to fucking destroy them because of some bullshit to fucking happen, fucking whatever the fuck. China was able to get all the power. Now the U.S. is fucking scared. Oh shit, China's gonna fucking take over shit. So now we're trying to go over and capture Greenland. Dude, just fucking the best course of action to do. And the Democrats are gonna fucking hate this. And there are gonna be some Republicans that hate this too because they're just fucking stupid. Work with Russia, okay? Make a fucking alliance with Russia instead of fucking trying to subvert them at every fucking twist and turn. Because here's the thing. Russia is allies with a lot of our adversaries. We can't really talk to those adversaries because we don't know a guy who knows them, right? I mean, they obviously know who the fuck we are, but we're not going to be able to get through to them because we fucking keep on blowing up their shit.
Yeah.
The invading Greenland thing is stupid too because we already have a fucking military base on there. You want to fucking take over? You think Denmark wants us? Fucking us to take over Greenland,
and not just Denmark.
You are fucking delusional.
And not just Denmark either. The people, at least with Venezuela, the Venezuelans wanted that to happen.
Yeah.
The Greenland
They
citizens.
don't
Hold on. Yeah, they spoke out and said they don't want it. That they're like, hey, Greenland's peaceful.
And you know what happens?
Denmark.
You know what happens when we take over Greenland? You know what happens if we do that and we actually do that?
We burned the bridge with NATO completely.
Yeah, and that's not even the worst thing that could happen. The United Nations, or not the United Nations. Well, the United Nations will fucking have a fit. They'll probably leave New York City, be like, fuck this shit, I'm out. We're going to start Geneva the whole way through. No meeting in New York City at the General Assembly type shit, right? And second of all, the other worst thing that could happen is that all these countries that are allied with us, they start dropping our fucking U.S. Treasury bonds, making our fucking currency worthless. Price of bread, you're gonna need $600 fucking to pay for one fucking slice of bread, not a fucking bag of bread, a slice of bread, motherfucker. So yeah, Trump, you keep on fucking talking about how you're bolstering the economy, building AI data centers, and making sure that regulations don't affect them until like 2030 or some shit. That's not bolstering the economy. That's fucking putting it in a fucking fatal funnel, bro. Dumbass. And guess what? You start this war with Greenland and everybody fucking doesn't like it. God forbid one person hates it. They're going to dump the U.S. Treasury bonds they have. And then everybody's going to be fucking broke and another fucking great economic recession or a depression, depending on how fucking bad it is. The only reason we're not even in one in the first place is because of the AI data centers, which is ruining everything, right? Huh? Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, it's like, it's not good. It's not good. It will all be gone. Like inflation will be rampant, very, very rampant, and nobody will have a fucking good amount of money to even live. It'll be worse than the Great Depression if that happens. No doubt.
And I agree. I really do. And what's your thoughts on Palworld controlling the fuck out of Pokemon?
I mean, it remains to be seen. It's happened over and over again. I mean, I didn't expect Palworld to lose the trolling war. In fact, I see them taking W after W. That's basically given at this point in time.
Yep. And which you already gave your thoughts on, but any final thoughts on the kid shooting the father over the Nintendo console?
Like I said, it was fucking. Even if he was being abused, it's still a dumb fucking decision. It really is. It's not really. It's just not smart. Really not smart.
Not smart at all. Nope.
No, not at all.
All right. Is there anything else any of y'all want to add before we end the stream? The return stream of Ravencast. First stream since the March.
I mean, glad to be back. What about you, Glitch? What about you, Jim?
What? Sorry.
For fuck's sake.
No, but I'm glad to be back too. But yeah, we're ending the stream. We're ending the stream now. I'm going to be in the Discord for the after show. Thanks for everyone watching. Make sure you all hit the like button. We'll be live again either tomorrow or the other day. But yeah, we will be back again to cover stuff we missed throughout the March, and we'll also be doing interviews, talk about our March experience as well on RJ's channel and other people's channels as well, and also probably do a stream talking about it more. But anyways, it's been me, Triton, Torin, and Booty Warrior, and Dan, and we're signing out. Make sure y'all hit the like button and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next stream. Y'all take care. Peace.
Peace out, brother. Have a good one.
Peace out, artist.